Guys, okay. We'll get started with today. Let me just go to the chat once. Okay, my pace is high. I'll go slow. Okay, Vipin. Okay. So, guys, like in the last class, okay, I didn't make you guys do a lot of questions actually. Okay. What I was making you do is कि I'm giving you a question, okay, and I'm telling you the approach, and I'm asking you to try to code it on your own, okay. And what I'm expecting is tomorrow you'll be coming with not with complete clarity. I'm not expecting you to be like I told you the way to learn the TSA, right? You understand the solution and build the code around it, okay. So yeah, so what I was doing is ki, for the tough questions which we were discussing, right? So I am just making you guys realize the solution and then trying to solve. Like I want you guys not to understand the solution. I want you guys to try to code it and face the difficulties. Okay. So today for 1 hour, we'll just see what were these questions and we can just discuss them again. Okay. We'll just discuss them again and then we'll discuss ki how much you are able to do. Okay. Yeah, sure, Vipin.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Thank you, sir. सर वन क्वेश्चन सर, जिस स्पीड से आप हम लोगों को मतलब टेस्ट कर रहे हैं ये हैश मैप सर, क्या आपको लगता है रियली आप लोग ने भी ऐसे ही फॉलो किया होगा ये रोड मैप, मतलब कि इतने स्पीड से सॉल्व करने के लिए सर स्टक हो जा रहे हैं प्रॉब्लम्स?
समझ रहा हूँ, ठीक है। तो मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ कि मैंने कुछ सॉल्यूशन, अगर तुम लास्ट क्लास देखोगे मैंने सॉल्यूशन बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं करा है, मैं बस अप्रोचेस बता के छोड़ दे रहा हूँ जिससे तुम लोग कल आओगे डाउट्स के साथ, जिसको हम प्रॉपर्ली विल डिस्कस दैट, मतलब प्रॉपर्ली सॉल्यूशन को डिस्कस करेंगे। जैसे कि लास्ट क्लास में तुम लेट्स बी स्पेसिफिक अबाउट पर्टिकुलर थिंग, ठीक है। जैसे लास्ट क्लास में तुम्हें ऐसे क्या चीज थी जो लाइक लास्ट क्लास में कुछ क्वेश्चंस मैंने छोड़ दिया, राइट? लाइक आई टोल्ड यू दैट, हाँ, तो वो कितना तक ट्राई किया ये बताओ, लाइक कितना तक ट्राई किया और उसमें क्या क्या डिफिकल्टीज आई? अगर नहीं हो पा रहा है देन विल कोड इट।
या सर ट्राई तो कर रहे हैं सर वो सब सॉल्व करने का, उसमें मोस्ट हो भी जा रहे हैं सर। बट सर ये जो पोर्टल पे क्वेश्चन दिए गए हैं सर, सर ये यहाँ से एक्सप्लेन करते सर तो मतलब कि ज्यादा ही अच्छा होता सर, और जो आपके एडिशनल प्रॉब्लम्स हैं सर वो भी काफी अच्छे हैं सर। बट सर मतलब कि कंफ्यूजन इसमें हो रही है कि मतलब कि जो जब आपके क्वेश्चन पे टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं सर तो उतना को मतलब कि असाइनमेंट सेक्शन में उतना टाइम नहीं दे पाते हैं, वो सर असाइनमेंट सेक्शन के क्वेश्चंस वैसे पड़े रह जा रहे हैं सर, वो एक बर्डन सा लगता है कि हाँ इतने क्वेश्चंस कंप्लीट करने हैं वो।
ठीक है, मेकिंग सेंस। ठीक है, तो विल डू अ थिंग कि विल सॉल्व असाइनमेंट क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है।
या सर आप असाइनमेंट्स सर 5 क्वेश्चंस होते हैं सर, असाइनमेंट से होके जाइए, फिर उसके बाद एडिशनल जो आपके पास है सर उसे भी हम कवर करेंगे, अगर कर पाए तो सर असाइनमेंट सर फर्स्ट सॉल्व करवा दीजिए सर प्लीज सर, हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट।
या नो वरीज, ठीक है। तो अभी कोई ऐसा स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन बताओ जो तुम्हें समझ नहीं आया, विल डिस्कस दैट फॉर 1 आवर एंड देन विल मूव अहेड विद द न्यू टॉपिक, ठीक है।
सर अभी मैं मतलब कि पीछे का कवर कर रहा हूँ सर, अभी यहाँ मतलब कि यहाँ तक पहुंचा नहीं हूँ स्लाइडिंग विंडोज तक सर।
हाँ, नहीं स्लाइडिंग विंडो पढ़ा ही नहीं मैं अब तक। लाइक एक क्वेश्चन में लाइक आई शोड यू द ग्लिम्स ऑफ कि हाउ यू आर मूविंग 2 पॉइंटर्स, लाइक दैट इज गिविंग एन आइडिया ऑफ स्लाइडिंग विंडो, बट स्लाइडिंग विंडो फॉर्मली इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं किया।
वो मतलब कि मैंने काफी ज्यादा ओके सर, मैंने सर वो एनाग्राम वाले में काफी ज्यादा टाइम स्पेंड किया सर, पर उसका 2 टेस्ट केस फेल हो रहा है कई बार। नहीं सर मतलब कि 2 टेस्ट केसेस फेल हो रहे हैं सर,
एनाग्राम्स, ग्रुप एनाग्राम्स,
पोर्टल में कोई प्रॉब्लम है सर?
व्हिच
नहीं
क्वेश्चन?
हाँ सर, जिसमें मतलब कि जिसमें वो स्लाइडिंग विंडो का आई थिंक मतलब कि एक रिमूव करना होता है, एक ऐड करना होता है आगे से,
व्हिच क्वेश्चन?
असाइनमेंट सेक्शन में।
हाँ, तो एक बार शेयर करो, स्क्रीन शेयर करो, एक बार डिस्कस कर लेते तुम्हारे शेयर पे।
या सर
एक सेकंड, हाँ मैं अपना स्टॉप कर रहा हूँ, शेयर करो। ठीक है, और ये हाँ ब्रो, तो लाइक आज आज वापस विल गो स्लो, ठीक है, विल कवर ऑल द बैकलॉग्स ऑफ हैशिंग, ठीक है। मैं ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा तुम लोगों में से कि सब कुछ सब चीजें समझ जाओ, थोड़ा बहुत वो डाउट रहती है। अगर मैं बहुत ही बेसिक क्वेश्चंस ले लिया होता तो तुम लोग समझ जाते वो सब, बट लाइक आई एम जस्ट मेकिंग अ लेवल लिटिल हाई अबव द असाइनमेंट्स, सो दैट यू गाइस मतलब इसके आगे तुम लोग को एक्चुअल में ज्यादा फायदा हो, ठीक है। सो
सर
ठीक है
एक्चुअली में
मतलब हाँ,
सर मतलब कि मोस्ट क्वेश्चंस भी है सर जो आप एक्सप्लेन करते हैं वो भी यही पे रहते हैं सर, बट मतलब सर पता नहीं क्यों हो नहीं पा रहे हैं सर।
कोई नहीं, हाँ अभी ट्राई करेंगे। लाइक टेल मी, शो मी द क्वेश्चंस, शो व्हिच क्वेश्चन यू आर स्टक इन। दो
यस
टेस्ट केसेस क्या है एक बार देख लेते हैं, ठीक है। ठीक है, लेट्स नॉट कन्वर्ट द होल 3 लेक्चर्स इनटू न्यू लर्निंग न्यू थिंग्स, ठीक है, वो गलती कर रहे हैं। 3 hours का सेक्शन में वी आर ट्राइंग टू लर्न ऑल द 3 hours, ठीक है। सो फॉर 1 hour वी विल बी जस्ट डिस्कसिंग वट एवर वी लर्न इन द प्रीवियस क्लास एंड देन कंप्लीट ऑल द असाइनमेंट्स, ठीक है। आज से ऐसे करते हैं, क्या बोलते हो ब्रो?
सर मैंने वो क्वेश्चन का लिंक शेयर कर दिया है सर, आप ले लीजिएगा इनबॉक्स से और
नहीं
मैं
शेयर
कर
करो,
दे
शेयर
रहा हूँ।
करो, तुम्हारे में देखते हैं, एक बार सोल्यूशन देख लूंगा ना। लाइक व्हाट इज दैट
सर ये
सोल्यूशन गिव?
मतलब कि पता नहीं सर ये पोर्टल में शायद दिक्कत है सर, पूरा मतलब कि
फाइंड ऑल
नीचे
एनाग्राम्स
ये
इन द
शो
स्ट्रिंग,
नहीं हो
राइट?
रहा है ये
ओके,
मुझे।
हाँ हाँ, सो बेसिकली लेट
यस
मी सी।
सर क्वेश्चन
या सो दिस क्वेश्चन मेरे
सर
हिसाब
ये
से, या आई थिंक आई मेड दिस क्वेश्चन, आई मेड यू गाइस डू दिस क्वेश्चन, राइट? राइट, तो इसमें बेसिकली मेरे हिसाब से जितना मुझे याद है कि एक बार तुमने सॉल्यूशन लिख दिया, एक बार स्क्रॉल करके देखो ब्रो।
सर ये स्क्रॉल ऐसे नहीं होता सर, ये पोर्टल इनका पता नहीं क्यों काम नहीं कर रहा सर।
स्क्रॉल नहीं हो रहा?
नहीं मतलब हो रहा है सर ये, मतलब पहले हैश कुछ किए हैं सर और उसके बाद लॉजिक लिखे सर, स्लाइडिंग विंडो का आई थिंक ये है क्वेश्चन सर।
हम्म।
इस पहले एक हैश मैप में पुश कर दिए जो सर हमें पैटर्न फाइंड आउट करना
ठीक
था
है, तो क्वेश्चन ये है कि दो स्ट्रिंग
सर।
दिया है, वी आर गिवन 2 strings and in the SNP you are supposed to find the list of indices where the anagrams are starting of the string p, correct?
यस सर।
है कि नहीं? तो इसके लिए मैंने ये अप्रोच बताया कि ट्राई टू क्रिएट द हैश मैप ऑफ द पी स्ट्रिंग, ठीक है, कंप्लीटली। हैश मैप कुड बी अ फ्रीक्वेंसी अरे व्हिच इज ऑफ द साइज 26। समझ में आ रहा है सबको
यस
गाइस? राइट, सो उससे
यहाँ
उसके आगे लाइक यू आर ट्राइंग टू create the hash map of the value 6 which is of the length p and you're trying to move one by one, ठीक है, one by one, एक कैरेक्टर के बाद एक, ऐसे ऐसे
यस
करके you're trying to increase it, ठीक है, and removing the
सर
पीछे वाला कैरेक्टर, करेक्ट? राइट,
यस सर यस
सो
सर।
आई अंडरस्टूड दैट, ठीक है, ये तो लाइक तुम सही कर रहे हो, 26 तक एवरीथिंग लुक्स फाइन। एक बार नीचे जाना, एक बार नीचे जाना ब्रो। नीचे नहीं जा पा रहे हो?
सर ये मतलब कि ये तो नहीं है।
लेट मी सी, n minus m you are trying to find। अब ब्रो एक गलती मुझे ये दिख रहा है कि i का लिमिट, why are you putting it as n? it should be n minus 1 ना, it should be less than n ना,
कहाँ
in the while loop।
कहाँ ये सर?
इसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मैंने कराया नहीं क्या क्लास में? फाइंड ऑल एनाग्राम्स, इसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कराया नहीं क्या क्लास में? शायद कराया था यार।
सर आई थिंक नहीं करा था।
सर नहीं कराया
करा
था?
नहीं कराया है सर, सब बोल रहे हैं मतलब शायद मैंने मिस किया होगा।
ठीक है, देखो फिर
लीड
मैं
कोड पे
अपना
करा है।
लाइक लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन,
यस सर
ठीक है।
यस श्योर।
तो देखो मेरे हिसाब से यही था क्वेश्चन, राइट? तो इसमें लाइक यू आर प्रोवाइडेड 2 strings, right? And you are supposed to see ki you're supposed to return the list of integers where anagrams or p are getting started of s, correct? So
यस
what's
सर
happening is ki you are created a list, right? And you're creating what is the length of each string, and then based, like if at all n is the length of the chota wala string, right? If at all it is greater, then you're returning an empty string, empty list, correct? And in the other case, like instead of hash map, I'm using a frequency array, ठीक है, where I'm generating for the first n values. For example, देखो C A E B A B A C D. This is the string of S, right? And then you have P, that is ABC, right? So you are creating the frequency array of this, that is 26 length होगा, but
Okay.
111 will be there, right? At the 0th first index. ये चीज सबको समझ में आएगा guys? ठीक है, पोर्टल पे भी कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, एक बार पोर्टल पे कर लेता है, इतना मन है तो, ठीक है। पोर्टल पे एक बार भेजना लिंक, सेंड मी द लिंक, ठीक है, लेट मी ओपन। देखो यार, तुम लोग ज्यादा ही हाइप बना रहे हो कि पोर्टल में एंड दिस में अलग है, लाइक मोस्टली दोनों सेम है। तो लेट मी जस्ट सी, आई थिंक आई like I've coded it before here as well, but let me just comment all these things for now.
सर एक बार सबमिट करके देखिएगा, मतलब कि सब टेस्ट केस पास हो रहे हैं इससे।
अच्छा, अगर like if at all there's actually any problem with the test case, then it can be like you can let us know, ठीक है, तो उसको फिक्स कर लेंगे। लेकिन लॉजिकली कुछ एरर है, then like we'll see that. What is wrong, man? I think 0 and 6 is the correct answer, right? So let me just give it for the int, ठीक है। Okay, यार काफी लोग पूछ रहे हैं। Wait, I'll unmute you. I think there's some problem with my mouse or something. Not able to submit this. Talib wants to get unmuted.
हेलो सर। हेलो।
बोलो।
या सर सेम प्रॉब्लम है सर। मैंने सर इसी क्वेश्चन को मैंने लीड कोड पर हैश मैप से भी किया है, वो भी ऑल टेस्ट केस पास हो रहे हैं, और उसी क्वेश्चन को मैंने हैश मैप से पोर्टल पर किया तो वन टेस्ट केस पास भी नहीं हो रहा है, और फिर इसको मैंने फ्रीक्वेंसी एरे से भी किया, वो भी टेस्ट नहीं पास हो रहा है।
ठीक है, तो टेस्ट केस देखा क्या है? टेस्ट केस
सर टेस्ट केस शो ही नहीं कर सकते हैं सर।
अच्छा, अभी लाइक बंद कर दिया ना? ठीक है यार, मतलब अगर चल रहा है तो ठीक है ना, लाइक इफ यू अंडरस्टूड द लॉजिक, ठीक है, ये लॉजिक ही मैटर करता है। लाइक वहां पे तुम लोग को ये नहीं बोला जाएगा कि लीड कोड खोल के इसमें करोगे क्या, लाइक यूजुअली ये होता है कि
सर मेरा जो सर लीड कोड पर से क्वेश्चन जो पूरा सॉल्व हो रहा है, तो सर पोर्टल भी होना चाहिए। तो सर ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है सर?
तो टेस्ट केस
पोर्टल
गलत
पर भी
होगा, लाइक
पोर्टल पर भी मैंने फ्रीक्वेंसी एरे से भी किया, उससे सॉरी, उस पे लीड कोड पर फ्रीक्वेंसी एरे से भी हो रहा है,
हाँ तो
मेरा हैश
लाइक
से भी हो रहा है, बट
हाँ समझ गया, तो इस पे कुछ टेस्ट केस गलत होगा, ऐसे कुछ होगा, इसको फिक्स कर लेंगे ना।
बट सर फिक्स सर कैसे कर लेंगे सर? मैं बैच मैनेजर से बोलूँ तो बोलती हैं कि नहीं तुम गलत कर रहे होगे कहीं पर सर।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, लाइक विल फिक्स दैट, कुछ करेंगे ना, मुझे बोल दिया ना, ठीक है, I'll forward that issue
ओके सर। सर
to
सर
the
और सर
developer.
एक प्रॉब्लम सर एक और है सर। सर
Everything is
आप सर
failing.
3
Test
या
case
सर
3 is
या
failing
सर
ना?
यस सर
Okay,
यस सर टेस्ट केस 3 सर।
okay, ठीक है, मैं I'll forward this thing.
ओके ओके सर। सर एक प्रॉब्लम सर और है सर। सर आप 3 आवर्स की सर क्लास लेते हैं सर। सर प्लस सर 2 आवर्स के बाद सर पहली बात तो सर कुछ समझ में नहीं आता सर, ओवर हो जाता है सर पहली बात।
हम्म
फिर फिर उसके बाद हम ना तो हमें लोग को प्रैक्टिस का टाइम सर मिल पाता है सर।
हम्म
सर ये और फिर प्लस डाउट सेशन भी आप लोग ने सर पूरा खत्म कर दिया है सर, जो 1 आवर का जो पहले डाउट सेशन होता था।
अरे डाउट सेशन, एक्चुअली ना डाउट सेशन खत्म नहीं कहते हैं, लाइक द आइडिया बिहाइंड एक्सटेंडिंग द 2 hour lecture to 3 hour lecture is that कि द पर्सन हु इज टेकिंग द डाउट सेशन, ठीक है, द पर्सन हु इज टेकिंग 1 hour का डाउट सेशन is a different person, and the person who's taking the 2 hour session is a different person, so the students are not able to
अच्छा
vibe with both of the people,
वो तो
right?
ठीक है सर। सर प्लस
Right.
सर अगर सर बैच मैनेजर से बोलो तो बोलती है कि हर एक क्वेश्चन के लिए 101 सेशन वो ज्वाइन करो, तो सर
ठीक
हर
है,
एक क्वेश्चन के लिए तो सर 101 सेशन
Right,
नहीं
right.
ज्वाइन कर
So
सकते हैं ना
we
सर?
can do a thing. That's what I'm suggesting. So one thing we can do is कि 3 hour session में, like the first hour, we'll be just considering it as a doubt session by me. ठीक है? Just
यस सर,
understand कि it's like a homework session. ठीक है?
यस
1
सर,
hour के लिए. तो
यस
इसका 2 hour के लिए I like the plan behind the actual idea behind converting it into this format to this format is that कि the person who is taking the doubts is the person who's taking the lecture, so that the
यस
students can vibe, like students can actually get the feel of learning it from the same person. So that there won't be any discrepancy between the understanding between the two lecturers, right?
या
So like we can do a thing,
और
like
सर
for 1 hour we'll continuously learn from me, like we'll be only discussing the homework problems, okay?
या
And for the next 2 hours, okay, we'll be doing the
यस
questions,
सर,
we'll be learning new things. Is that
या
cool
सर,
enough?
या सर, या सर, और सर प्लीज सर स्लो सर थोड़ा सर।
Sure, sure.
ओके सर, ओके सर, थैंक
ठीक
यू।
है, so this will be the format, so this is the actual idea behind it. ठीक है, but kind of you guys were feeling कि homework session में questions जो करा रहे हैं that is same as the doubts, मतलब वो तो lecture की तरह convert हो जा रहा है, that overlapping को we need to bifurcate. ठीक है, so I think that could be one of the possible solution coming out of this thing. ठीक है, so yeah, like guys, like serious thing है ये. ठीक है, we'll just take 1 hour only for the doubts, we won't learn anything else, no new questions. ठीक है, we'll just focus on this thing. ठीक है, so now tell me, we have like 30 minutes more. ठीक है, tell me, do we have any doubts from the homework session for anything that I have thought from previous class? Anything that is related, let me know. ठीक है, we can just take that up and repeat that thing. हाँ, that is cool. If you compare size of inputs, then it is showing error. If you want to compare the length, then it is getting passed. Bro, वैसे like वही होगा यार, टेस्ट केस गलत होगा मेरे हिसाब से. लाइक इफ इट ऑल दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज वर्किंग हियर, सो लेट मी जस्ट ट्राई दिस थिंग. ठीक है, लेट मी जस्ट ट्राई दिस पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन, एग्जैक्ट फंक्शन यहाँ पे कॉपी करके देखते हैं. इफ इट ऑल इट इज फेलिंग, देन इट्स कूल. ठीक है, डोंट स्ट्रेस योरसेल्फ ओवर द टेस्ट केस दैट आर नॉट पासिंग. ठीक है, एक टेस्ट केस पास नहीं हो तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. ठीक है, लाइक लुक ऑन द बिगर पिक्चर. ठीक है, सो लुक ऑन द पिक्चर दैट की look on the bigger picture that ki you are learning something out of it, right? So यहाँ पे scroll भी नहीं हो रहा. I see. ठीक है, I'll just forward this thing of this question to the batch. ठीक है, I mean to the team that is constantly making the changes. ठीक है, so this is a problem in production. ठीक है, okay, cool. We'll just take it out. We'll just figure it out. No worries. तो अभी के लिए like wherever I'm doing, ठीक है, lead code पे like I find it more standardized. ठीक है, like the outputs and the inputs are very standardized, so that is the reason I pick this location. ठीक है, and I feel that you guys are capable enough since you're in module 3 की like converting this into the actual job solution. It's pretty much easier for you guys just taking the input. ठीक है, so we can do that. Okay, so guys, हाँ चंचल, I'll unmute you just a second.
हेलो उदय भाई, हाउ आर यू?
हाय ब्रो.
यार उदय भाई, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है प्लीज, जो टफ क्वेश्चंस रहते हैं उसको थोड़ा सा ज्यादा टाइम दिया करो, जिसमें कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्वेश्चंस रहते हैं क्लास में. जैसे जब आप कोई टॉपिक पे स्टार्ट कर रहे हो तो पहले उसको एक छोटा क्वेश्चन करा के बेसिक क्वेश्चन कराइए, उससे थोड़ा हमें भी कॉन्फिडेंस आता है कि हाँ, मैं समझ में आ रहा है. फिर उसके बाद आप एक हार्ड क्वेश्चन कराइए, इसको थोड़ा सा ज्यादा टाइम दीजिए, जिससे क्या एक एक पॉइंट का, एक एक लाइन का हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो जाए. और क्वेश्चन ऐसा कराइए जिससे रिलेटेड 3-4 क्वेश्चंस और बन रहे हैं. जैसे लास्ट मॉड्यूल में एलोकेशन बुक्स कराया था, उसको 1 घंटा पूरा क्लास में दिया था. उससे रिलेटेड जितने भी क्वेश्चंस आए थे, हमें पूछने की जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ी थी किसी के मेंटोर से, हमने खुद से सॉल्व कर लिया था. इतना जबरदस्त क्लियर हुआ था हमारा वो. तो आप ऐसे क्वेश्चंस कराइए कि बिल्कुल उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन से हम आपको परेशान ही ना करें. दूसरी चीज, उसको थोड़ा सा टाइम दीजिए तो इसका एक एक लाइन हमको क्लियर हो जाए कि भाई यहाँ क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ क्या हो रहा है, आगे क्या होना है, सब हमको समझ में आ जाए. क्या होता है ना उदय भाई, एक के बाद एक हार्ड क्वेश्चन आते जाते हैं, फोकस ही हट जाता है, कंफ्यूजन इतना हो जाता है, फिर दूसरे क्वेश्चन में लॉजिक ही नहीं समझ में आता. एक बार कोडिंग में फिर ऐसा होता है ना, एक बार कंफ्यूजन पैदा हो गया तो फिर आपको भी समझ में आता है, लॉजिक फिर नहीं लग पाता एक बार जब माइंड कंफ्यूज हो जाता है.
मैं समझ गया, लेकिन मैं ये करा रहा था चंचल. हाँ, सही बात कह रहे हो तुम. लाइक यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट जस्ट एक्चुअली टीचिंग द होल सॉल्यूशन, राइट? लेकिन मैं लास्ट लेक्चर में क्या कर रहा था ना, लाइक वट एवर क्वेश्चन यू आर पिकिंग अप, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट, आई वॉज नॉट asking you guys to, like I didn't tell you the whole code, like I'm just leaving you guys to think on your own about the code, ठीक है, so that you'll face the challenges, ठीक है। ये चीज मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल है जनरेट डेवलप करने के लिए। और अगले क्लास में जब तुम आओगे, राइट, इफ यू ट्राई टू ब्रेनस्टॉर्म एंड इफ यू ट्राइड इनफ, ठीक है, एंड if we actually discuss that thing, so I thought कि that will be much beneficial for you, for both the like practice wise as well as like understanding wise, ठीक है। तो लाइक कल
हाँ
जो
हाँ
क्वेश्चंस कराए थे वो पूरा मैं समझाया नहीं, मतलब सच में बताऊं कि हर एक लाइन में बताया ही नहीं, ठीक है, क्योंकि देखो एलोकेशन बुक्स ऐसा सॉल्व है, ऐसा क्वेश्चन है, दिस इज लाइक कंसिडर एज द हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ बाइनरी सर्च क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है।
yes,
इसके इसके बेस पे लाइक लाइक दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, लाइक एलोकेशन बुक्स हो गया, एंड उसके बाद हाइट ऑफ ट्रीज वाला एक क्वेश्चन होता है, राइट, दिस आल्सो सिमिलर टू दिस, राइट, के कोको इन ईटिंग बनानास, कोको बनानास बुकेट्स वाला क्वेश्चन प्रॉब्ली कराया होगा, राइट, पेंटर्स
हम्म
प्रॉब्लम, पेंटर्स पार्टीशन
हम्म
प्रॉब्लम, राइट,
हम्म
so all these questions are of the same type, ठीक है। So
हम्म
if you understand this question, you are able to do all the questions, like you will be able to do all these questions, ठीक है। लेकिन हैशिंग में ना दिस लॉट ऑफ वाइड रेंज ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है, एवरी क्वेश्चन इज लाइक, मतलब लाइक बाइनरी सर्च में लाइक यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि first there are initial questions where you are searching the binary, okay, you're going for the array, and then like there are certain questions where you are like mostly working on the array. This is the type of questions where you're actually working on something which is not exactly a sorted array, you're just opening another dimension where you're trying to find the answer in using a binary search, right? So this is like, I understand कि this will take time, and this is something which to be taught, and you guys should be understanding here, ठीक है।
उदय
लेकिन
भाई,
जो
अपन ऐसा अगर करें कि मतलब आप असाइनमेंट्स के जो क्वेश्चंस हैं आप
हम्म
उस पे रेगुलर अपनी आप उस पे वो करिए, फोकस कर लीजिए कि जैसे
हम्म
कोई एक क्वेश्चन है, आप उस पे आप देखो, आप बेहतर समझ सकते हैं कि क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड दूसरे क्वेश्चंस कौन से हैं ऐसे असाइनमेंट में जो रिलेटेड है, तो आप एक
हम्म,
टफ क्वेश्चन को पकड़ के वो समझा दीजिए। असाइनमेंट्स के क्वेश्चंस पे थोड़ा सा फोकस करिए सर,
ठीक
क्योंकि
है
एक पूरा टेस्ट और हम लोग का मॉड्यूल ही उस पे मॉड्यूल का टेस्ट जो होता है, इंटरव्यू भी होता है, तो वो पूरा उस पे ही बेस्ड होता है।
ठीक है, सो लाइक विल अडॉप्ट
प्लीज
दिस
उस पे
फॉर्मेट।
फोकस करिएगा तो हम लोग को क्या वो भी इजी रहेगा सॉल्व करने में, एज वेल एज अगर उससे रिलेटेड जिम में कोई क्वेश्चन होंगे तो हमें उस दर पे भी हेल्प होगी।
ठीक है, लाइक अंडरस्टैंड दैट, लाइक मैं काफी सारे क्वेश्चंस बाहर से लेके आ रहा हूँ, जस्ट ट्राइंग टू पुट इट ऑन यू गाइस, ठीक है। सो विल रिड्यूस दैट थिंग, एंड 1 hour हम बिल्कुल इस पे फोकस करेंगे, व्हाटएवर इज इन द पोर्टल एंड व्हाटएवर इज इन द होमवर्क, ठीक है। उसके बाद 2 hours विल बी लाइक विल बी एक्चुअली लर्निंग द न्यू थिंग्स, ठीक है। सो विल अडॉप्ट दिस थिंग फ्रॉम टुडे, ठीक है। एंड लाइक द क्वेश्चंस व्हिच वी वर डिस्कसिंग यस्टरडे, है ना, ठीक है। तो लाइक विल डिस्कस द like will reduce the like learning period to 2 hours, only 1 hour will be discussing whatever the homework problem is, ठीक है, ठीक है।
हाँ बिल्कुल, आप अपने हिसाब से क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करिए, बस असाइनमेंट्स के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के लिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि वो
हम्म
हमारे लिए ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा, क्योंकि
हम्म
पूरा हमारा टेस्ट और इंटरव्यू का पूरा उससे ही बेस्ड रहता है।
ठीक है, आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट, ठीक है। और मुझे लगता है कि विल ऐड मोर क्वेश्चंस इन द असाइनमेंट्स, ठीक है, जो भी क्वेश्चन मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ आई ऐड इट, ठीक है, आई ऐड इट इन द असाइनमेंट्स एज वेल फ्रॉम नाउ, so that will be another good approach, ठीक है। तो चंचल, like in the last class we have discussed few problems, right, like do you have any doubt, or do you want me to, like, I mean not doubt, like do you guys try to implement it, is my question. Like I didn't teach the implementation, I just told the overview, I just left you guys to think on your own, ठीक है। so तो मैं ये किया था, मैं मानता हूँ कि पूरा ही समझाया नहीं पूरा क्वेश्चन को, like I just left you guys for you guys to think for that particular solution. So is there any updates on that, right? बताओ। अच्छा, अनम्यूट हो गया। हाँ, okay, I understand. हम we found the solution about the 3 hour solution, 3 hour thing, right? We'll kind of cut it out to 2 hours, and 1 hour will be just a discussion with the homework problems, ठीक है। Yeah, ठीक है. So guys, like let's see what we were discussing yesterday. ठीक है, we'll repeat that. ठीक है. Right. So if you remember, we were discussing this question. ठीक है. There's one question which we were discussing yesterday, but this particular question, right? I'll put this in your homework. ठीक है. I'll put this question in your Diwali homework. ठीक है. So this is a really good question. ठीक है. So where you're generating the key. ठीक है. So like I won't discuss it. This will be a homework. ठीक है. Where you will be like kind of revising the hashing and then doing this thing. ठीक है. For now, is there any other question that you want me to discuss for 1 hour? We'll do that thing from today. Subarray with distinct integers. ठीक है. ठीक है. So okay, let me just open that. Right. So so this is the question. So this is one of the question where like I've told you this thing, subarray with at most k distinct values, right? So this is the question where you're trying to find the number of subarrays in a particular array with at most k distinct values. Okay. So I gave the solution. Like let me just repeat that. Okay, once. Yeah. So this is the approach, right? So if you see this, Anu, subarray जैसे.
हेलो.
Yeah. Hi.
सर आप अपने हिसाब से कराइए सर. सबसे आप वो अपने हिसाब के जो आपको क्वेश्चन सही लगे आप वो क्वेश्चन कराइए ना सर.
देखो लाइक ये क्वेश्चन तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, सच बताऊं तो दिस पर्टिकुलर
आपको जो
क्वेश्चन ना.
इम्पोर्टेंट लग रहा है असाइनमेंट्स में आप वो कराइए सर.
हाँ वही वही वही
सब अपने अपने हिसाब के क्वेश्चन बता देते हो. जो हम लोग को डाउट रहता है हम लोग वो नहीं समझ पाते. आपको जो लग रहा है समझाना चाहिए आप वो नहीं समझा पाते हो.
अरे द रीजन व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग यू गाइस इज कि यू गाइस माइट हैव ट्राइड इट. ठीक है. जो क्वेश्चन ट्राई किया है उसको समझाने में लाइक यू गाइस विल बी एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि कैसा करना है. तो उस इंटेंशन के साथ पूछता हूँ कि क्या करना है, लाइक व्हिच क्वेश्चन तुम लोग स्टक हुए. आई एम जस्ट अज्यूमिंग लाइक आई एम गोइंग ऑन assumption that you guys are like trying each and every homework problem and the problem which is easy to do, like you're skipping it. ठीक है.
हाँ सर वो सब 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 ट्राई कर रहे हैं सर. हम लोग भी ट्राई कर रहे हैं. बट आपको जो सबसे टफ क्वेश्चन लग रहा है आपके हिसाब का जो क्वेश्चन है आपको
हाँ
लग रहा
वो
है
तो
अब वो क्वेश्चन कराइए
at the
इंस्टेड
end,
ऑफ.
like at the end I'm making you guys do that question only, even though like I'm asking from you guys. I'm just seeing if you guys are stuck at the right point or not. At the end I'm making you guys do all the questions which I require. ठीक है. तो उस चीज का टेंशन मत लेना. I'm making it like even though I'm asking it, that is the front end thing I'm doing. ठीक है. Back end में I'm making you guys do the questions which I wanted to do. ठीक है. That is the
हाँ
trick.
मतलब आप अपने हिसाब के आपको जो इम्पोर्टेंट लग रहे हैं जो
Okay.
आपके हिसाब से आप कराने चाहिए वो कराइए सर आप.
Sure. So let's focus on this thing. ठीक है.
Okay.
Let's focus on the questions from now. ठीक है. From now in the sense from now in the lecture. ठीक है. So the question says कि find the number of subarrays that have distinct k values, right? So this is a question. So it says ki number of subarrays that have distinct k values, right? So for this, like when this question was came into the picture, I told you that we'll do a simpler problem. Okay. Out of this problem, we'll be taking up an extension of that problem, right? So you can see that the simpler problem which we adopted is number of subarrays with at most k distinct, at most, okay, it's not distinct, at most k different values, right? So at that time I told you ki in a particular array, okay, how to know what is the number of distinct what is the number of distinct k values that are present, distinct values that are present, how to find that. Do you guys remember how to find that? Not frequency, sorry, right? Size of the hash map, right? So you know that if at all one is present twice or thrice, okay, so then what happens is that key, like if you create a hash map with a key and frequency, right? So what will happen is that like the number of keys present, the number of entries present in the hash map is the number of distinct values. Okay. So I didn't code this question, so that is the reason why I'm teaching it again. Okay. So now I'll write a code snippet of this. Okay. And I'll try to explain this. So this question is actually necessary question. Okay. So I think I've coded this. So this is a like code for this question. Okay. So I'll just show you how I did that. Okay. So basically, for example, let me try run that. Like you have a array. You have an array that is 5, 2, 2, 1, 3, 4, and 2. Right. So let me just go back to this particular code and let me write the same thing here. So it is 5, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay. So let me just erase this. There you go. Basically, this code mein, like we are trying to make what is the number of subarrays with maximum number, like with maximum k distinct values. Okay. So what we're doing is the basic idea we are indulging in is we are pointing to the same pointer. Like we are maintaining 2 pointers. One is I and one is j. We are moving the j value forward. Okay. So we are moving j value here. We're moving the j value here. We're kind of expanding the subarray which we're looking. Okay. And at every position, okay, if at all this particular subarray, okay, and while you're extending, you're putting it into the hash map as well. Okay. So I'll just show you. So here you can see that you have 2 pointers. One is I, another one is j, right? So you're making the j value update. See, you're seeing that you're only updating the j value. Don't look at these things. Okay. And every time you're updating, you're putting that thing into the hash map. Correct? mp.put this value, and you're getting the frequency and putting and doing the +1. Okay. So you know how to generate the frequency thing, right? So you're putting it into the hash map, right? And the moment mp.size is exceeding the k value, okay, the moment this particular thing is happening, the moment so what is this mp.size? This is nothing but the distinct elements, right? So guys, ek baar socho ki you're creating the hash map. You're in the process of creating the hash map by increasing the j value. For example, यहाँ पे I यहाँ पे है, j भी यहाँ पे है, right? तो एक बार ध्यान देना. What is going on the chat? Okay, let me continue, guys. Okay. So see this thing. Like you're trying to find the number of distinct elements, right? Using the mp.size. Okay. So mp.size is basically the hash map ka size, right? So hash map ka size will tell you what are the number of distinct elements. Okay. So you're just checking you're adding the frequency, you're adding the elements in the frequency map. And at any point, if you feel that it is exceeding the k value, okay, it is exceeding the value of k, because you can only have at most k values. At most k values. At most k distinct values. Right? So you can have at most this thing. So if at all it is exceeding that, okay, you'll try to reduce the subarray. That is the concept here, right? So in this loop is to reduce the size. This particular thing is to reduce the size. Okay. So how we are reducing it? Okay. So see, initially this is the only element that is present in a subarray. You're increasing the j value. Okay. And first of all, when this is there, you'll put it into the hash map, right? So you'll put it into the hash map. Hash map is 2 pointing to 1, right? So you can see that hash map size is 1 right now. And what you will be doing is you'll have an answer variable where you're saving the number of subarrays that are making sense. So do you think this particular thing is making sense? Yes. This is a subarray. and it is making sense because hash map ka size is less than k, correct? So it is working, right? So in the answer, you will just add j minus I plus 1, that is 0 minus 0 plus 1, that is 1. So these are the number of subarrays that could be formed with starting index as I and ending index as j, correct? Guys, what's happening, man? What's happening? Guys, don't fight in the class, please. I'm not getting what's happening, man. This is really embarrassing to see. See, guys, like, let me tell you, there are few questions in the hash map. Okay? So hash map is like hashing is not just basically trying to find what is the key and value pair in constant time. There are certain many techniques that are involved. Okay? One thing is such thing of finding the subarrays. This is the most type of questions that you will be finding. Okay? And yeah, like I'm unmuting, like I'm letting you guys unmute because hash map is a is a vast area where you guys might get confused, and like I'm just letting you guys speak again so that like I can get where you're getting stuck or what improvement you guys, because every time a batch comes it is completely different. Okay, the set of environment that will be present in the batch, because some people might be understanding, some people might be liking very like explaining even every detail, like or some people wants every code to be coded until then they won't understand. Okay, and some people want to take the challenge and take it to the home, right? So like I'm letting someone unmute. Okay, it means that I'm trying to get what is the like what is the tempo of the group right now. Okay, so don't take that as time waste or something. Okay, so it's fine. Like whatever I'm doing, don't take it as time waste and don't fight in the class, man. That's really disturbing and embarrassing. Like try to use your energy in understanding the class or learning new things. Okay, so this is don't do this thing. Okay, for like if at all the if the participant strength is high, like even letting unmuting is also like it's not that great thing. Okay, but I'm letting you guys do so that I can understand the tempo of what you're going, because it's not a physical class, right? So if at all it's a physical class, I can easily understand from your expression if you're understanding or not. But here, so this is one of the good question, very good question. Like I like the moment when I found this question, I really liked it because of the way we are understanding the sliding window and hashing in the same question, right? So it's fine if even if you learn it one more time, don't worry. Okay. So there's no harm in learning this question one more time. And see, the whole concept here is key. So let me tell you, okay, एक बार like focus here, okay? Don't waste your energy in fighting and all, okay? Like outside the like you guys are here just to learn the things, okay? And apply it in your like get a good placement, okay? And like like enter this field, right? So there's no point in just fighting with yourself among yourself. You guys are not going to meet in real life, or like there's no reason in investing the time in such activities, right? In fighting with others, that won't give you anywhere. Okay, so come here, learn the things. If you have any doubts, let me know. Okay, uh, ask for more questions or do more questions and ask the doubts. Everything is fine for this 1 hour. Okay, so you guys told me a few things about 3 hour exhaustion and uh, uh, focusing on focusing on the portal questions first. So I just found a solution ki 1 + 2 karte hai. We'll just take 1 hour doubts and then 2 hours learning. Okay, that will be kind of reducing the burden on you guys. Okay, so yes, as a cheese like they are kind of beneficial. Okay, so yeah, so don't do this thing again. Okay, it will take a lot of others time as well. Okay, so I'm just letting the chat begin again. Okay. Only the important things. Just tell the important things. Okay. Nothing else. I don't want you guys to fight again. So answer basically is a variable that is having the value 0 initially. So this will depict the number of subarrays. Okay. Number of subarrays. So this thing will basically tell what are the number of subarrays that are coming into the category which we are searching for. यहाँ पे number of subarrays that are having less than, like at most k, मतलब less than or equal to, है ना, at most k distinct values. ठीक है. So what you're doing is you're kind of building the hash map. ठीक है. And every time the hash map is valid, you're telling that this particular subarray is valid. ठीक है. मतलब this particular single value is valid, right? So if at all this is valid, okay, you're adding. So by doing this thing, you're kind of telling the number of subarrays that could be formed using these two variables, right? So like you're keep on incrementally increasing the j value, you're increasing the hash map, and you're seeing if that particular subarray is valid, and you're adding only those subarrays which include the last element. ठीक है. थोड़ा सोचिंग, लाइक थोड़ा थिंकिंग लगेगा इसमें. ठीक है. ठीक है. या काउंट की तरह, राइट? So for example, यहाँ पे you can see that 0 and 0 है दोनों का value. You will be having the answer value as 1. ठीक है, because there's only one subarray. Now I'll try to increase the number of distinct values. ठीक है, मतलब I'll try to increase the subarray का length जिससे और values बढ़ेंगे हमारे में, right? For that I'll be doing j++, right? So इसमें j++ आया यहाँ पे, right? You can see that j++ यहाँ आने के बाद you'll putting only the j value, right? A of j into the hash map, right? So I'll just put 1 against 1 again. Right? You can see that hash map ka size is still less than or equal to 2. मतलब at most k values. Agreed? ठीक है. So if at all this is working, ठीक है, if you can see that this particular subarray is valid, right? Because it is having two distinct elements. ठीक है, and everything that is having less than two distinct elements, that is working, right? So what you'll do is you'll add j minus I plus 1, right? What is j minus I plus 1 here? You can see that इसका value 1 है, इसका value 0 है. J minus 1 I plus 1 is nothing but 2, right? Why it is 2? Because this is one subarray and this is another subarray including this element. So every new element that you're adding, including that element, how many subarrays are possible that are coming to the picture, that one you're adding, right? So you'll be adding 2 here, that will be 3. Answer will be 3, right? So this is how you're doing. See, at one time you're adding one new value and you're seeing what are the new subarrays that are formed. New subarrays that are formed, including jth element. Including the jth element, how many new subarrays are being formed that you're adding here. ठीक है, and you're moving it. ठीक है, but अब देखो j का value again have increased. ठीक है, pay attention here. ठीक है, now the hash map का size will become 3. ठीक है, which is exceeding the k value. ठीक है, it got exceeded the k value. So this thing will work. ठीक है, while loop will work, right? So it will work and it will kind of now see, now you are keep on increasing the subarray size. Okay, and increasing the subarray means, see, increasing the subarray means you're increasing the distinct values. तो तुम बढ़ाते जा रहे हो, right? There will be a point where it will exceed the k value, right? The question is कि at most k value distinct elements होने वाला subarrays का value number बताओ, right? But it is increasing, like you're increasing, but you should be exploring more subarrays. So you are increasing it continuously, but there will be a point. So this is the point where hash map ka size is exceeding the k value. You can see, right? सो उस केस में तुम्हें कम करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन यहाँ से कम करोगे मतलब j को वापस माइनस माइनस करोगे तो वापस यू कैन नेवर एक्सप्लोर द अदर ऑप्शंस, राइट? सो फॉर दैट थिंग यू विल बी इंक्रीजिंग द आई वैल्यू, ठीक है? इंक्रीजिंग द आई वैल्यू मतलब आई वैल्यू को बढ़ाओगे, जिससे लाइक यू आर डिक्रीजिंग द साइज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर सब एरे, right? So today we'll be discussing the same topic in a much deeper manner, ठीक है? Just like we'll do a same question again today, ठीक है? Similar question, not based on hashing, but based on sliding window, only sliding window, ठीक है? We'll do that, then it will be much clear, ठीक है? तो देखो इसको, like I know that first time में ये चीज समझने में थोड़ा दिक्कत होगी, ठीक है? I agree with you, ठीक है? Like it will be there, but तुम लोग को थोड़ा वर्क करना पड़ेगा क्लास के बाद, तभी समझ में आएगा, ठीक है? These are not very like very intuitive techniques, है ना? ये सब like these are the standard techniques that are present, ठीक है? So it will take some time, ठीक है? So right now your subarray is like this, ठीक है? And you are having a hash map of size 3 and you can't add it because this subarray is having 3 distinct elements, ठीक है? So what you'll do is you'll kind of remove the first, see, you're subtracting whatever is there, you're just subtracting -1 to it. मतलब 2 का I'm just making it 0, right? And if at all it is 0, ठीक है, then I'm removing that particular element. मतलब I'm removing this particular element to bring down the size to less than or equal to k. You can see that now the size is less than or equal to k, that is 2, correct? इसका मतलब I का value यहाँ पे आ गया, right? So now tell me what are the number of subarrays that you have created? It is again j minus I plus 1, that is 2 minus 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So that is nothing but this subarray and this subarray. These two subarrays have been included into the answer such that both the subarrays are having at most k distinct values. Don't you agree with this thing, guys? Why? Just a second. एक second रुको. Let me read the chat once. Okay. Why can't we directly remove? ठीक है? So Ansari, like what's happening is कि if you are directly removing it, ठीक है? It might be possible that there are multiple values present in the substring. For example, यहाँ पे भी 2 हो सकता है ना? So you need to remove the element till the frequency is 0. Only then you can remove, right? Frequency 0 का मतलब है कि in this particular substring you don't have the value present anymore, okay? Only then you can remove it. If you remove directly, it could be possible that there's another 2 present, you're not getting that distinct values, okay? So let me use another screen, okay? So यहाँ पे 2 1 3 4 and k का value is 2, right? The reason why I was doing there is you have the code parallelly to it, right? So it's fine, okay? Just see this, okay? So you have I and j here initially, and you are kind of finding what is the answer. The answer is you're adding the answer j minus I plus 1. That is, in the initial case, it is 0. It is 1 because this particular thing is valid, because in the hash map you have only one entry, correct? You'll just put 1 here, and then you'll increase the j value because you're increasing constantly. You'll see that this is putting another value inside the hash map, and even this is like hm dot size is still less than or equal to k, correct? 2 2 है, correct? So you'll include again this thing j minus I plus 1, okay? J minus I plus 1 is basically telling what are the subarrays that are created with including this element. मतलब इस element को include करके what is that, what are the subarrays that are included? That is nothing but j minus I plus 1, correct? तुम देखो ना इसको, like इसका value 1 है, इसका value 0 है, तो 1 minus 0 plus 1 is nothing but 2, right? So that is nothing but this array and this array, correct? So let me write the arrays as well here. You can see that including this element, how many arrays have created, how many subarrays have been created, correct? Including that particular element. Are you guys getting it? Right? So I've increased it again. ठीक है? तो मैं वापस करूंगा, even still now it is working, right? So I वापस increase this particular sub array, right? Now j का value is 2, right? Now you'll see that this particular thing have exceeded, hm dot size is greater than k, ठीक है? Now you'll increase the I value, इतना increase करेंगे कि the value, the number of distinct elements present in that sub array will become less than or equal to k, ठीक है? Now you don't add it, now you'll increase it. So इसीलिए मैं while लिखा था, ठीक है? while इसीलिए लिखा क्योंकि जब तक ग्रेटर है तब तक तुम i प्लस प्लस करते जाओ, करेक्ट? राइट? तो लाइक व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज कि ये चीज क्या कर रहा है ना, दिस विल टेल मी द नंबर ऑफ सब एरेज, number of sub arrays with jth value, मतलब number of sub arrays with the jth value, क्योंकि j is the element. देखो मैं ऐसा नहीं कर सकता कि like इसका लेंथ लेके कि कितने सारे पॉसिबल है, that will be redundant, right? You including this element, how many sub arrays are formed? Because previously 1, 2 is already present. You can't say कि excluding this thing. Including this thing, the sub arrays are possible are 3, ठीक है? 3, 1, ठीक है? फिर 3, 1, 2, right? So can you see that ये कुछ नहीं है, बस the length of the array, right? इसीलिए मैं j minus i plus 1 कर रहा हूँ कि इसको इंक्लूड करके कितने सारे सब एरेस बन सकते हैं, राइट? क्योंकि 1 को इसको एक्सक्लूड करके तो ऑलरेडी बन चुके हैं, राइट? तुम बना के जा रहे हो, राइट? सो इंक्लूडिंग दिस थिंग, व्हाट आर द नंबर ऑफ सब एरेस बनाने के लिए यू आर गेटिंग दिस थिंग, नंबर ऑफ सब एरेस विद jth वैल्यू, करेक्ट? सो एनीवेज या, सो दिस थिंग वोंट वर्क, ठीक है? मतलब आई जस्ट रोट एन एक्चुअल वैल्यू, यहाँ पे इट इज एक्सीडिंग, राइट? सो you want to do this, you won't do this thing into the answer, you should not consider this into the answer. For that you'll increase the ith value, ठीक है? ith value increase करना मतलब you're excluding it out of the hash map, ठीक है? तो if you exclude it, इसको ये 0 हो जाएगा, right? And 0 होते ही you're removing it, right? So I का value will be here, pointing here, and now hash map में only 2 values are there, and 2 is the value that is the safe limit, correct? So it is again working, right? So it is again working, right? So again work कर रहा है, you'll just come out of it, and again now since the valid sub arrays का ही ले रहा है, so you'll take out of this, ठीक है? You'll take out of this, so it is nothing but 2 minus 1 plus 1, that is 2, correct? So 2 sub arrays, that are this sub array and this sub array. Using these, like these are the 2 sub arrays which have at most k distinct values, and that's correct, ठीक है? And that's correct, right? So you'll add that value as well. So you did plus 2, and again you'll do plus 2 here. Plus 1 is for this, plus 2 is for this, plus 2 is for this. Again you'll try to increase it. Maybe you're just exploring it, right? So now again 2 will be 1, pointing to 1, correct? So since 2 is pointing to 1 now, okay, again this thing is out of the k value, right? Out of the k value, hm dot size is out of the k value, right? So again you need to decrease it. You won't accept it, you won't accept these sub arrays, right? Excluding this thing, okay? So you again have to increase the I value, right? So you'll increase it again by decreasing this thing, okay? So you'll again remove it, again hm dot size is again less than k, so now it is valid. So I will be pointing here, then it will be valid, right? So let me remove the I value here from here, let me put it here. So now it is valid, so I'll add it into the answer, okay? That is 3 minus 2 plus 1, that is plus 2. So what are the arrays again? What are the arrays? Arrays are 2 and 2, 3, including the jth element, right? This element and this element, right? So I'll just add 2. Did I add 2? Yeah, I added 2, right? So let me increase j value again, right? So देखो simple logic है, ठीक है? You are keep on increasing the subarray, right? Increasing the subarray is increasing the number of distinct values, ठीक है? And if the values are under the value of k, ठीक है? Then you're adding all the subarrays, ठीक है? you're adding all the subarrays that are found using the new value. Okay, and the moment they are exceeding the number of distinct elements, the number of distinct element is exceeding the k value. Okay, that moment you are decreasing the subarray size by increasing the value of I. Okay, let me put it again. Okay, you are using 2 pointers. One pointer ka responsibility is to move right and increase the subarray size. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है? The other pointer का responsibility is to move right and decrease the subarray size. You are increasing the subarray size. ठीक है, increasing the subarray size. At every point, you're introducing a new element. ठीक है, and if even after including a new element into the hash map, even then hash map ka size is less than or equal to the k value, you will include all the subarrays that are possible using that new value. If at all, after including a new value, hash map ka size is exceeding, the number of distinct values is exceeding the k value, you will decrease the subarray size to make the size of the subarray, I mean the number of distinct elements in the subarray, less than or equal to k. So this logic, guys, this logic, okay, I'll write down the logic for you. Okay, I'll write down the logic. Logic is maintain 2 pointers. ठीक है, I, j. ठीक है, j increase the subarray size. Decrease the subarray size. ठीक है, so this logic, na, many questions are there on this logic. We'll do another question. ठीक है, just wait. ठीक है, maintain 2 pointers I and j. ठीक है, keep increasing the subarray size and include that element into the hash map and check hash map hm.size is less than or equal to k. If yes, at every step whenever it is s, okay, at every step add it, like add the number of subarrays formed. Add the number of subarrays formed using that element into the answer. Okay, so this whole thing is what you are doing it with a loop. Okay, increasing the j value, putting it into the hash map, and if at all it is working, then if at all this solution is working, okay, then you are adding the j minus I plus 1 into the answer. This is the step. The third step is, okay, if hm dot size is greater than k, okay, do it, now what you'll do is you'll decrease the size of subarray. You'll decrease the size of subarray till, you'll keep on doing, okay, till hm dot size is less than or equal to k. ठीक है, ये कैसे करोगे? Decrease the size of subarray I plus plus करके, and whenever before doing I plus plus, ठीक है, decrease the frequency as well. Decrease the frequency as well. Okay, if you decrease the frequency, and if the frequency becomes 0, remove that element. Okay, remove the element. Okay, these are the 3 steps that are included in this solution. Okay, तो एक बार शायद तो screenshot ले लेना. ठीक है, but this type of question is like you will be finding a lot of such type of questions. ठीक है, well अभी मैं like sliding window पूरा इसी base पे, you learned the whole sliding window. there will be more subarrays with the same element in this case. Okay. We are calculating length after I plus plus. Yeah, correct. So just look at the algorithm, man. Just look at the algorithm. Okay. So if you want me to, I'll write it again. Okay, no worries. Okay, let me write it again. Okay, there you go. Let me write the whole this thing. ठीक है, maintain 2 pointers. इसको increase करने के लिए, इसको decrease करने के लिए increase करते जाओ, hash map पे include करते जाओ, और hash map का size अगर k से कम है तब आंसर में इंक्लूड करना, वरना डिक्रीज करना till it becomes valid. ठीक है. So let me write the solution like I equals to 0, j equals to 0, answer equals to 0. ठीक है. And you'll keep on doing this thing. ठीक है. This is the loop. ठीक है. You are increasing the j plus plus. ठीक है. You keep on doing it, and you're putting this thing into the hash map. A of j, you're putting it into the hash map. Obviously get dot default करना होगा. ठीक है, which I'm skipping. बस ये कोड है. Like you're taking each and every value, putting it into the hash map, increasing its frequency, and you're doing it again and again. This is a normal code. इसमें, ठीक है, इसमें you're just adding the, like assuming it is working, assuming it is valid, you're adding it into the answer. Bas. This is what the first 2 steps are. Keep increasing the subarray size and include the element into the hash map, and check hm.size is less than or equal to k. Okay? I'm assuming it is less than or equal to k. Okay? At every step, add the number of arrays formed using that element into the answer. है ना? वही कर रहा हूं मैं, right? तो अगर like add करने के बाद ही तो change हो सकता है hash map का size. अगर hash map का size ने while क्यों लिखा? I need to do it again and again, right? अगर इसका size greater than हो गया, ठीक है, उस केस में I need to do I plus plus, और I plus plus करने के पहले I need to remove that element ना, ठीक है, remove I mean the first element, उसका frequency कम करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, तो frequency ऐसे कम करूंगा, whatever the value is just -1. अगर value 0 हो गया, ठीक है, यहाँ पे I need to write something like कि if mp dot get of I of a equals to 0 0, in that case mp dot remove. देखो अगर 0 हो गया इसका मतलब it doesn't even exist in that subarray, right? So you need to do this process. You're doing this process. Do it till mp dot size is less than or equal to k. Correct? So you'll keep on doing this process. Yeah, hi guys. अरे I'm sorry, वो चार्जर कनेक्ट किया तो ऑन करना भूल गया, तो लाइक सिस्टम गॉट शट डाउन, तो अभी कनेक्ट करके आ रहा हूँ. Wait, let me just share my screen again. I'm sorry for that. So this format of questions we were discussing, right? The format of the question where you're increasing one pointer and decreasing, like increasing the later pointer to decrease the subarray size. Okay, you'll find such questions a lot. Okay, so this is called sliding window. Okay, so unfortunately, like to teach hashing, we had to get into this thing. I need to name it, but uh, it's like it's vanished, man. It's gone. Okay, take the screenshot from the recording previously. So PPTs का ये गलत चीज़ है कि they won't get saved. So okay, cool. So what I was saying is कि the format of how you're increasing the I size, I mean J size or I size, and increasing the J size in this way. Okay. So if you keep this thing constant and if you move this thing, the subarray size will increase. If you keep this constant, if you move this, the subarray size will decrease. Okay. So based on that, I've written the code in that way. Okay. So that question, okay, that question where you're trying to find at most k distinct elements, right? Okay. So for example, if I found a function that is doing, okay, I told this thing in the last class as well. Okay. So it is trying to find at most k distinct elements. Okay. So if I pass k minus 1 in the same function, okay, k minus 1. So this will give number of subarrays with k minus 1 at most distinct values. Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree with me? Right. So if you found a function which will return the number of subarrays, okay, number of subarrays with at most k distinct elements, okay. So for the in the same array, if you pass k minus 1, if at all it returns number of subarrays with k minus 1 at most distinct values, okay. So don't you think if you subtract them, okay, इसमें देखो, इसमें you have all the subarrays which have all the values 1 से लेकर k तक. This guy will have only the subarrays which are having from 1 to k minus 1. If you subtract them, don't you think you'll be getting the number of subarrays with exactly k distinct elements, guys? Don't you think this will happen? एक बार बताओ, just tell me, did you guys understand? One part is about creating the function with at most k distinct elements. The other part is same function को call करो with k minus 1 as the value. ठीक है? You'll be getting the number of subarrays with k minus 1 at most distinct elements. ठीक है? Understand it in a functional way, how the function is functioning, right? How it is returning the number of subarrays with k distinct elements. ठीक है? So if you're subtracting them, because this guy is a larger value, right? This guy will be containing all the subarrays that are from 1 to k, right? But this guy will be containing all the subarrays which are having from 1 to k minus 1 distinct elements. If you subtract them, don't you think you will be getting the number of subarrays with exactly k distinct elements? And this is the question. This is the question that is in the portal. The number of subarrays with exactly k distinct elements. ठीक है? Right? So देखो, at most k distinct elements के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं हम? Like basic concept, ठीक है? तो let me rewrite it again, ठीक है? 2 pointers, दो चीज कर रहा है, increase the size of subarray, decrease. ठीक है, ठीक है, add the new element, ठीक है, add the new element into the subarray and check if valid, ठीक है, check if valid, if valid, add it into the answer. I mean, add, not just add the number of subarrays, including this number of subarrays, including this element into answer. ठीक है, but after adding the element, ठीक है, after adding it, if subarray became invalid, subarray मतलब hash map का size invalid, ठीक है, then decrease the size of array, decrease the size of array, subarray, till it becomes valid. ठीक है, बस इतना ही है. Like this format, this is like template की तरह, मतलब like I'll just show you one more like 2 more questions, ठीक है, based on this. ठीक है, this is what you'll be doing in the next upcoming classes. This is the template of the question. ठीक है, so this is the template of the solutions where you're trying to find the number of subarrays doing this and that. Okay, so I'll just show you. Okay, here hash map is, you're using hash map as a tool to find the distinct elements. Okay, so hash map यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है, tool to find the distinct elements in the subarray. बस, ठीक है, इसको हटा दो, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन बनेंगे. I'll show you once. ठीक है, just give me some time. ठीक है, you'll understand it. ठीक है, so like I hope you guys understood. I want you guys to do it in the class. ठीक है, मतलब होमवर्क में, पोर्टल में, जहाँ पे भी, like ये क्वेश्चन तो लेट कोड पे भी है. You guys, मेरे से तुम्हारा एक्सपेक्टेशन ये है कि तुम लोग सीखो, नया कॉन्सेप्ट सीखो, प्रॉब्लम्स का मेथोडोलॉजी सीखो. ठीक है, खुद से थोड़ा कोशिश करो and try to build the problem solving skills and try to code it. ठीक है, ये सब important things है. ठीक है, like definitely my way of teaching is this, and I'm like this, like what I understood is कि this is the most effective way of learning. कि you try things on your own. ठीक है, you try the problem solving things. ठीक है, like अगले दिन आके पूछो मेरे से, जबरदस्ती पूछो, सर ये हमने कोशिश किया, नहीं हुआ मेरे से. ठीक है, अब आप बताओ करके, right? Then that is the right way of learning. ठीक है, so like that is what I'm expecting from you guys. ठीक है, तो ये चीज करना. ठीक है, ये फॉर्मेट समझना. ठीक है, like do this question. ठीक है, and like it will be much clear as we move forward, because this is a new topic which I'm going to introduce right now, if you guys give me time. ठीक है, so shall we move forward guys? बताओ ये क्वेश्चन क्लियर है कि नहीं? And the question which I was discussing yesterday, I'll give it in your homework. ठीक है, homework of the weekend of the Diwali. ठीक है, तो उस टाइम पे ऑलरेडी मैं तुम लोग को ठीक है, तो ये फॉर्मेट याद रखना. ठीक है, विल कम बैक टू दिस. ठीक है, I'll come back to this. ठीक है, ये बहुत काम आने वाली है कि तुम जिस तरह से like you will be increasing the subarray size, तुम सोचोगे यार नहीं 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 ज्यादा हो गया, तो कम करो. हाँ ये ठीक है, हाँ ये ठीक है, तो अच्छा इसको इंक्लूड करो, तो वापस इंक्लूड करते जाओ, बढ़ाते जाओ, फिर नहीं नहीं ये ज्यादा हो गया, अच्छा सर ज्यादा हो गया, ठीक, कम करते रहो. दिस इज I and this is J. बस like I've told this thing. ठीक है, ये ज्यादा करना, बड़ा करना, सम में हो सकता है, नंबर ऑफ डिस्टिंक्ट एलिमेंट्स में हो सकता है, बहुत सारी चीजें में हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो नाउ आई विल बी शोइंग यू व्हाट. ठीक है, टुडे सो प्रीफिक्स सम, विल स्टार्ट द प्रीफिक्स सम नाउ. ठीक है, स्टार्ट करके विल गो फॉर द ब्रेक. ठीक है, इन फ्यू मिनट्स विल गो फॉर द ब्रेक. ठीक है, सो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. ठीक है, हैशिंग काफी वेस्ट है, प्रोफेशनल्स नहीं बनोगे, राइट, बट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस बहुत सिमिलर है. ठीक है, So do these questions. ठीक है, we'll come back if necessary. We'll take an extra class if necessary. Don't worry. ठीक है, जब तक module 3 खत्म होगा, like I feel that you guys will be doing great with this. ठीक है. Do you want break now? Do you want the break for the dinner now? Hand raise करो जितने लोग को चाहिए. If the count increases more than 75, then I'll go. I'll share the PPT today because kind of it will mark as an ending for the hash map, right? I share the PPT in the both in the Discord as well as this. Okay? So we'll start one more topic, that is prefix sum. So these are just the techniques which you guys been learning. ठीक है, बहुत देर से सीख रहे हो. ठीक है, but we are just formally introducing them so that आगे से you can just call it with a fancy name. ठीक है, so we'll take the break in few minutes, guys. Don't worry. ठीक है, we'll take the break in few minutes. मुझे भी अभी नहीं जाना. ठीक है, तो थोड़ी देर में करते हैं. ठीक है, एक बार सुन लेना ध्यान से, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा. ठीक है, अगर कहीं समझ में नहीं आया लेट मी नो. ठीक है, लेट्स यूज द चैट. ठीक है, देखो, we are going to learn the topic called prefix sum, right? So what is this prefix sum? Very basic thing. ठीक है, what's the date today? 10/10, right? So prefix sum बहुत basic चीज है, right? So you're not, this is not very new thing. ठीक है, you guys already did it. ठीक है, so like for example, if you have a array, right? If you have an array, some array like this. ठीक है, prefix, what is a prefix? Prefix मतलब जैसे कि उदय है, उदय is a string, right? So if you're talking about the prefix is something that is attached in the front. ठीक है, prefix का मतलब like u is the prefix of उदय. ठीक है, ud is a prefix of उदय, uda is a prefix of उदय, uday is a prefix of उदय. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है prefix का मतलब? है ना? तो देखो इसको, मतलब लाइक इंक्लूडिंग द, मतलब स्टार्टिंग वाला पार्ट बेसिकली. ठीक है, स्टार्टिंग वाला पार्ट इंक्लूडिंग द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट, सेकंड एलिमेंट, थर्ड एलिमेंट, राइट? दिस इज कॉल्ड प्रीफिक्स. ठीक है, सो प्रीफिक्स सम का मतलब है, ठीक है, सो प्रीफिक्स सम का मतलब है कि सम ऑफ द फर्स्ट आई एलिमेंट्स, लाइक, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जांपल दिस एन एरे, राइट? सो इफ आई ट्राई टू क्रिएट अ प्रीफिक्स सम, ठीक है, so this is nothing but just try to imagine taking a variable that is initially it is having the sum 0. You'll just add the first element to it, that will be 1 now. Just put 1 here. You'll add the next element to it, that will be 3, 1 plus 3, that is 4, correct? Add 4 here, right? So next element, that is 2, 6, next element 10, next element 16, next element 21. ठीक है, so basically what prefix is, prefix of I is nothing but a of 0 से लेकर a of I तक. Do you understand this thing, guys? Are you able to understand this thing? ठीक है, तो ऐसे समझो इसको कि like first element का like sum is this one including this element, next including the next element, next including the next element as well, next including the next element as well, next including the next element as well, including next element as well. देखो पहले 1 है, 1 plus 3 is 4, ठीक है, यहाँ पे आ गया, plus 2 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 5 is 21. Agreed? ठीक है? I can name it as sum of all elements from 0 till I mean I. क्या ये definition clear है for you guys? Prefix of I is nothing but sum of all elements from 0 to I. ith index. कोई ऐसा है जिसको अभी भी समझ नहीं आ रहा regarding the prefix sum? ठीक है? Prefix sum. ठीक है? Sir, if I is 0, then prefix of I will be 0 2 into no definitely not. Pritesh, अगर I का value 0 है, prefix of 0, ठीक है, I'll write it again. ठीक है? What? मैं shit यार. ठीक है, let me write it again. Prefix sum, right? So you have an array that is 1 2 3 4 5 straightforward. इसका sum is 1. इसको include करके it is 3. इसको भी include करके it is 6. इसको भी include करके it is 10. इसको भी include करके it is 15, right? So that is prefix sum, right? So this is A, this is prefix sum. How did I do it? एक sum का variable लिया, I keep on adding it. 3 हो गया, 6 हो गया, 10, 15, correct? So I can write it as prefix of I can write it as sum of all elements from 0th index to ith index. ठीक है? Is this cool, guys? मतलब I can write it in this way as well. ठीक है? Prefix of 0 is nothing but a of 0. Prefix of 1 is nothing but a of 0 plus a of 1. Prefix of 2 is nothing but a of 0 plus a of 1 plus a of 2. ठीक है? This is basically a technique actually. इसमें कुछ नया नहीं है. तो टेक्निक का फायदा क्या है? Like मतलब ये बना रहे हैं हम, we are making the array and we are doing all the stuff. ठीक है? What's the point of it? What is the point of it? Correct Sagar. ठीक है? We have done this thing. ठीक है? All the things that I'm going to teach is nothing but just the fancy names that to the things we were doing it. ठीक है? So सबरे equals k. ठीक है? हाँ, उसमें हम कर रहे थे, उसमें हम prefix sum ही ले रहे थे ना. We are trying to find the subarray, right? At that time हम like we are trying to find if the same value is found again or not. ठीक है? तो implement कैसे करेंगे? How do you, like you are given this array, how do you implement this array? How? बताओ यार, how? ठीक है? How? उसके बाद क्वेश्चन आता है why to do it? नहीं, हैश मैप क्या होता है? नहीं, नॉट इन दैट वे. ठीक है? लेट मी टेल यू हाउ. ठीक है? हाउ ये हो गया कि जो मैं बताया था. ठीक है? सम इक्वल्स टू 0 ले लेना. ठीक है? जस्ट कीप आइटरेटिंग द वैल्यूज. ठीक है? सम प्लस a of I. ठीक है? एंड प्रीफिक्स ऑफ I इक्वल्स टू सम. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू डिसएग्री विथ मी कि ये कोड काम नहीं करेगा in generating the prefix array? How many of you disagree with me? No one? How many of you agree with me? Obviously everyone will agree. This is how you do it, right? You will take a variable, you will keep on adding the values and put it. Let me take some long, I'll talk about that later. This is one way. How many of you agree कि I can do it in this way as well? एक बार देखना इसको. I'll start it with 1. एक बार देखना. Just tell me if I'm correct or wrong. Prefix of 0 is nothing but a of 0. Prefix of I is nothing but a of I plus prefix of I minus 1. Don't you think there's another way of doing this question and generating the prefix sum? Guys, है ना? So this thing is nothing but the previous value. ठीक है, एक बार दिखा देता हूँ तुम लोग को. Like if you have a sub array, like if you have an array, so you have prefix sum. ठीक है, initially like first step है, I made whatever this value is. ठीक है, उसके बाद instead of maintaining a variable, I'm just adding these two elements. Is 3. For to know what is the value, the previous element plus current element, 6. To know what is this value, prefix of I minus 1, ये वाला plus a of I, 10. Prefix of a of I and prefix of a minus 1, that is 15. Correct? Don't you think it is working? Yes, it is working. So prefix of I minus 1 is nothing but all the elements starting from 0 to till I minus 1. Correct? Prefix of I is nothing but prefix sum. Okay? Prefix sum till this particular index. Prefix of I is nothing but prefix of all the elements from 0th index to ith index. This is a definition. ठीक है, मतलब अगर मैं prefix of 4 बोलूंगा, इसका मतलब 0th इंडेक्स से 4th इंडेक्स तक सब एलिमेंट्स का सम जो होता है वो है ये. समझा गाइस? तो हाउ इज सेटल? ठीक है, 2 ways बताया मैं हाउ के. what do you think about why are we doing this thing? ठीक है, so let me tell you why. ठीक है, तुम लोग सोच रहे हो कि क्यों कर रहे हैं. So I hope for everyone this is clear, the definition of prefix sum, how we are creating it, right? What is the prefix sum for every index and everything, implementation, right? Everything is clear, I suppose. Correct? Whichever is easy, you can do it. So what is the time complexity in generating the prefix sum array? Can you tell me? Big of n, obviously. Correct? Big of n lag raha hai. Okay, now I'll tell you why I'm doing this. ठीक है, तो देखो, चलो एक क्वेश्चन देता हूँ. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन में टेस्ट केसेस है some 10,000 टेस्ट केसेस. These are not called test cases, these are called queries. देखो ये कीवर्ड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, personal suggestion, whenever you hear this keyword in the question queries, understand that there is some pre-computation that is needed. Pre-computation. ठीक है, I'll tell you what pre-computation is. ठीक है, right now समझ लो 10,000 queries है तुम पे या 1 lakh queries है. Queries in the sense कि queries in the sense, सुनो एक बार ध्यान से, right? Queries in the sense कि you are given an array, ठीक है, some array, whatever the array size is, right? Whatever the size is, you will be given these number of queries, or like size could be large. ठीक है, you will be given 2 entries in each query, I and j. You are supposed to tell what is the sum of elements from ith index till jth index. This is the question. कैसे करोगे guys इसको? How do you do this thing? Simple है ना? Like take a k value, k equals to I, and k is less than or equal to j, and do k plus plus. Correct? And do a sum less or equal to a of k, and return sum. Don't you think this is the answer, guys? Guys, tell me. यही करना चाहिए ना? Right? तो ये करने के लिए व्हाट इज द टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी? इट इज टेकिंग बिग ऑफ एन टाइम, करेक्ट? इन द वर्स्ट केस लेते हैं ना, आई का वैल्यू 0 हो गया और जे का वैल्यू n-1 हो गया, फर्स्ट केस बिग ऑफ एन। सोचो तुम इतने सारे क्वेरीज बिग ऑफ एन में करोगे, डोंट यू थिंक इट विल बी n into this particular, like this is a large value, right? So don't you think this is a huge time? Like this is a small number, this could be a very very large number, right? Could be 10 power 6 as well, 10 power 5 liam, correct? Don't you think this is the most inefficient way of doing this, correct guys? So then comes something called pre-computation, ठीक है? So whenever you hear this word called queries, हमें ये समझो pre-computation करना। pre-computation मतलब जो अभी हमने किया था। pre-computation मतलब पहले कुछ compute करके रखो, like prefix sum array, like that prefix sum array। pre-computation ये ही नहीं होता, pre-computation hashing भी होता है, hashing is also a pre-computation using a hash map, right? Correct? Using a hash map also, like if at all I give you an array, मैं बोलूंगा कि इस पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट का इंडेक्स बताओ, ऑब्वियस सॉल्यूशन है, बिग ऑफ एन टाइम लगेगा उसके लिए। लेकिन अगर सबको हैश मैप में डाल दिया, यू कैन डू इट इन बिग ऑफ वन टाइम, राइट? ईच क्वेरी विल बी बिग ऑफ वन टाइम, गाइस एग्रीड है ना? ईच क्वेरी विल बी बिग ऑफ वन टाइम, करेक्ट? तो लाइक एज्यूम कि हम प्रीफिक्स सम एरे बना दिया इसका, फॉर एग्जांपल इसका प्रीफिक्स सम एरे बना दिया। What is the prefix sum array? 2, 6, 11, 21, 24, ठीक है? Now if at all the query is कि 1 2 3, मतलब 1 2 3 4, right? ये तीनों का सम पूछा था। Like instead of running the loop, can I do a thing like prefix of 3 minus prefix of I 1, या 1 नहीं 0 करूंगा? एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में। Like what is this thing? This thing is nothing but a of 0 plus a of 1 plus a of 2 plus a of 3, right? And this thing is nothing but minus a of 0, right? This thing and this thing will be cancelled. Don't you think we are getting this thing, guys? Sum of all the numbers in a constant time, right? You'll get it in constant time. You'll get this in constant time. दोनों को subtract करो तो constant time में मिल रहा है ना? The thing which you are getting in big of n time, you're getting the same thing in constant time now. Don't you guys agree with this thing? ठीक है? So what I'm saying is, if I do prefix of j minus prefix of I minus 1, if I do this thing, this is nothing but sum of all the elements from I to j. क्यों guys? सागर एक सेकेंड, you're doing correct, ठीक है? हाँ, I'll repeat it. Wait. ठीक है? Sum of all elements from I to j, ये चीज समझ में आई कि नहीं ये बताओ। I'll tell you about the time complexity in just short duration. देखो, this thing will give all the elements from 0 1 till a of I minus 1, right? This guy will contain all the elements from 0 1 till a of j, मतलब इसमें a of I भी होगा, right? So this guy, when you're subtracting this guy, like don't you think all these elements will be removed? Only these elements will be left that are from I to j, and that is the reason why sum of all the elements from I to j is given, guys. Don't you think? Right? So you're subtracting, like assuming j is greater than I, okay? If you subtract the prefix of j minus prefix of I minus 1, you'll be getting sum of all the elements from I to j, right? Because this guy is nothing but sum of all the elements from 0 to j. This guy is nothing but sum of all the elements from 0 to I minus 1. ठीक है, if you subtract these things, ठीक है, you will only get the sum of elements from I to J। एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में ध्यान से। जैसे इस केस में 21 minus 2 कितना हुआ? 21 minus 2 is 18, sorry 19 ना? Can you see that is exactly the sum of these things? 19, 1 और 3 की बात कर रहा हूँ, sum between first index and the third index। से एग्जाम्पल समझ नहीं आएगा। अरे ब्रो देखो ये एग्जाम्पल देखो ना, लाइक इंडेक्स देखो, इसका 1 है, इसका 3 है, लाइक यू आर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड द सम ऑफ इंडेक्सेस, लाइक एलिमेंट्स फ्रॉम 1 to 3, ठीक है, 1 से 3 तक, ठीक है, 1 2 3, राइट। सो व्हाट यू विल डू इज प्रीफिक्स ऑफ 3 को माइनस करो प्रीफिक्स ऑफ 0 से, राइट। सो यू विल बी गेटिंग द सम ऑफ ऑल द एलिमेंट्स दैट आर इन बिटवीन देम, करेक्ट। Like this is what we were doing with the subarray of sum k वाला क्वेश्चन में। subarray of sum k उसमें यही तो कर रहा है कि like you're trying to find a value and उसको subtract करके हम देख रहे हैं कि k में, right? But this is a concept where you're trying to find for the queries, right? I to j तक। नहीं, what is the benefit of this? कोई पूछ रहा है कि to create prefix array it is taking big of n time, ठीक है, तो what is the point you're asking? ठीक है, I can directly do it from using a loop from I to j। No, this is also taking big of n time। What is the point? Nice question, ठीक है। आंसर ये है कि देखो you will be doing this only once। That is the reason why I called it pre-computation। You do it once and you run 10 lakh queries, doesn't matter, every query will be done in big of one time, each query will be happening in big of one time, right? यहाँ पे you can see that each query is taking big of n time, and इतने सारे queries है, if you multiply it with that value, right, then it will give me nothing but like it's a huge time complexity, right? Each query को, like queries are really large, ठीक है, each query को करने में big of n into that many number of queries लगेगा, it is huge, correct? उसकी जगह what I'm doing is कि I've created prefix only once, ठीक है, एक बार करना पड़ेगा big of n में, उसके बाद जितने भी आए that will be just done in big of one time। मतलब obviously मतलब each query की बात कर रहा हूँ, so इतने number of times इतने number of times big of one will be called, right? But यहाँ पे like each query is taking big of n time without pre-computation। Don't you think it is cool? Like using a prefix sum, you calculate it once and use it 10,000 times. Okay? You can get the query of, you can get the sum of elements from ith index to jth element, jth index in just constant time. Correct? So query मतलब समझ लो टेस्ट केसेस की तरह, ठीक है। स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी भी लगेगा, देखो इट्स ऑलवेज दिस, दिस इज ऑलवेज दिस ट्रेड ऑफ मैन। लाइक अगर तुम्हें टाइम कम करना है, ठीक है, तुमको स्पेस बढ़ाना होगा, ये हमेशा देखा, ठीक है। You need to trade off something, ठीक है, that's how programming is, and obviously for us time is more valuable than the space, ठीक है। But if you like you can like space complexity इतना में मैटर नहीं करता जितना टाइम मैटर करता है for us, because time, I told you this logic, right, कि जब जब बहुत पुराना था, लाइक द स्पेस मतलब 1 किलोबाइट का जो हार्ड डिस्क यूज्ड टू बी वेरी लार्ज। नाउ advancement of the transistors and everything, we are able to carry 1 TB in a very small disk, right? So space ka value, we have like we figured out the way to crack the space to a great extent, but time 1 second ka time bhi itna hi tha purane zamane mein, abhi bhi itna hi। So we focus more on the time every time, ठीक है, ठीक है। big of देखो big of n square time and big of 1 space, ठीक है, is bad, then big of 1 time and big of n, I mean big of n space and big of n time. This is bad, right? So once you're calculating is pre-computation, it will take big of n time. And उसके बाद जितने भी queries आएंगे, you can do it each one in big of 1 time. लेकिन if you keep on doing each query of big of n time, that is definitely not a good idea. Correct, guys? ठीक है, so I'll just give you guys a question. ठीक है, जिसको खाना नहीं खाना, ठीक है, तुम लोग ये क्वेश्चन पे स्ट्रगल करना. ठीक है, जिसको खाना खाना है, like you guys can go. ठीक है. So this is a cool question, really cool question, जिसको मैं आके डिस्कस करूंगा अभी. लेकिन बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है. So let me just put this into the chat. ठीक है. Do this question. No, Dipanshi, you're correct. Yeah, you're correct. It will be big of n, but you're talking about each query, na? So each query is constant, correct? Right, I put this code and ये देख लेना, ठीक है? Do this coding, ठीक है? Calculate this, and each query में you will be calculating this thing, ठीक है? So do this question, guys. It's a good question. It's the same question. Code करो, नहीं हुआ तो आके करेंगे, ठीक है? 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes break, ठीक है? मतलब 9:55 हो रहा है, तो like 10:15 पे we'll be back, ठीक है? Then we'll do this question, ठीक है? It's a good question. करो इसको, ठीक है? I'll be back, ठीक है? किसी का डाउट है? आपस में थोड़ा डिस्कस भी कर लेना, स्कूल, ठीक है? ठीक है? I'll be back. Hi guys, I am back. Why to use prefix sum when we have hash map? Acha. So you mean to say that in hash map you will be mapping an index with its prefix of I, right? This is how you use the hash map, right? Or how? Hello, bro? Hello, guys, am I audible? Are you there? अच्छा हाँ ठीक है, like this will also work, ठीक है. So guys, on paper, ठीक है, on paper hash map का access and getting time is big of 1, ठीक है. So that is how it is, ठीक है. So like I mean to say that you can do this, like you can use key value pair, ठीक है. For that you will be doing something like hm dot get of j minus hm dot get of I, something like this, right? So I minus 1, sorry. So you can easily get it. Yeah, I agree. But it's also the same thing, right? You're using a array, right? You're using an array and index is corresponding to its value. Okay? So it's kind of hash map only, but that thing is like a collections way of doing it. Okay? You can do that. Cool. But this is how you implement it. Guys, have you guys did this question? This question? Range sum iterable. कोई क्या ये कर पाया? Any update in this question, guys? Done. Okay. So to the people who didn't do, okay, I'll quickly do it. Okay. So let me explain you the question. So it's exactly what I explained. Okay. You're given an array, handle multiple queries of the following. Okay. Calculate the sum of elements between of numbers between index left and right inclusive. ठीक है, inclusive मतलब left भी होना चाहिए, right भी होना चाहिए, where left is less than or equal to right. ठीक है. Implement the nums array class. ठीक है. So nums array class is this class. Okay, this has two methods. One is nums array. This is the constructor of this, right? And this is the sorry. So this will be my words. So this is the constructor of this class. Okay, you can see the name is same, right? So the moment object of this class is made, this particular thing will be called, and this is the method that will be used as a query. Okay, जो मैं बता रहा था, right? So देखो, like since first constructor will be called and this will be called, this is called 3 times with this as the input, right? And you're supposed to return that, right? You're supposed to just populate the methods. Okay. So yeah, you can see that 10 power 4 calls will be made to some range to this method, right? So how do we do it? एक बार सोचो, tell me, how do we do it, guys? देखो, what I am able to think is कि yeah, prefix sum तो बनाना है, right? So I told exactly, but there is one exception that I didn't tell you about, okay? Which I'll be telling you now, okay? So if I use something like this, prefix, right? And let me initialize prefix equals to new, not new, and new int of what size? Size equal to the nums ka size, na? So I'll be calculating nums ka size. Right, so let me put n here, and you have prefix array ready, right? So the reason why I declared it here and initialized it here is if I declare it here, I can access it here as well, right? But if I declare and initialize this in the constructor only, it will be destroyed the moment the constructor is made. I hope you guys are clear with that, right? Hello? एक सेकंड, एक्सप्लेन क्वेश्चन। अरे क्वेश्चन यार तुम लोग पढ़े नहीं क्या अब तक क्वेश्चन? सी आई विल टेल यू द क्वेश्चन। क्वेश्चन सेज कि यू आर गिवन एन array, ठीक है, यू आर गिवन एन array and you're supposed to write a method such that this method will return sum of all values from left index to right index. This is the question. This is the question, man. कुछ नहीं है इस क्वेश्चन में, ठीक है? Like this is the class which you're going to write. This is the constructor. So I hope the question is, मतलब question is clear for you guys. Okay. Right? Yeah. So I hope there's no doubt in the question. Okay. So let me build the prefix sum array. Right. So how to do that? So I'll just run a loop. I told you how to do it, right? Like there are two methods. I can adopt any of them. Okay. So this is one of the method, that is just making a nums of I plus prefix of I minus 1. But the thing that is about this thing is, if I do I minus 1 and if the I value is initialized from 0, then it will be a problem, right? So I need to first declare the first value. First value is nothing but the same value as first element, correct? So I've created the prefix array, right? The prefix array is completely created. Any doubts in this, guys? Any doubts in this? No, right? So this is how I created the prefix sum. Now, like तुम लोग को लगा होगा, Chanchal, like what exactly are you finding it difficult in this question? एक बार be specific about that. Like that will be much helpful. कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा, एक बार बताओ क्लियरली, मतलब लाइक देखो यार, क्वेश्चन है, क्वेश्चन ये है, एक बार ये बताओ, लेट मी ब्रेक डाउन थिंग्स फॉर यू, ठीक है? देयर इज अ क्लास, ठीक है, देयर इज अ मेथड दैट यू आर सपोज्ड टू पॉपुलेट इन इट, ठीक है, राइट? सो दिस मेथड विल बी कॉल्ड सम 10 power 4 times. 10 power 4 times का मतलब है इट्स लाइक क्वेरीइंग, ठीक है, क्वेरी बता रहा था ना. सो दिस विल बी पास्ड विद टू वैल्यूज, लेफ्ट एंड राइट. ये वैल्यूज ये बताता है कि इस पर्टिकुलर एरे में what is the sum of numbers from left index to the right index and return that thing. बस ये है क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, तो मैं क्या डिक्लेयर कर रहा हूँ? देखो मैं कुछ नहीं डिक्लेयर कर रहा. देखो लाइक दिस, like I've just declared an array, prefix array, ठीक है, which I'm generating, ठीक है. So see, so this is how I'm generating the prefix array, right? So I can just remove this thing. So these are the two methods, only two methods that are supposed to be there, and this is nothing but just a constructor, right? The moment class is called, object is made, this particular thing will run, and this will run again and again, right? So how the class will be made? Class will be made something like object equals to new num array, right? So this is how the object will be made. उसके बाद object dot sum range will be called with some values like 0 and 9, 8. ऐसे object dot sum range with 1, 2 in that way, right? So this is querying, right? This is object creation. While object creation, only this code will run, but querying, every time this code will run. So are you guys familiar with creating the objects using Java classes, right? Why is first element of output array is null? See, like input ऐसे दिखा रहा है इसमें, input ऐसे दिखा रहा है इसमें कि first constructor will be called with this as a parameter, this array as a parameter. Next, this function will be called with this as a parameter. Next, this function is called with this as a parameter. Next, this function is called with this as a parameter, right? Obviously, when constructor is being called, nothing will be outputted, right? उसके बाद से things will be outputted, right? Like sum range जब call किया तभी तो 1 -1 ये सब will be returned. Do you guys agree with me? Correct. So like output matlab we are not taking care of the output, we are just populating how this thing will work, okay? And like it will understand it, okay? So right now, like I know that when an object is being created, this constructor will be called where I am doing the pre-computation. I told you this is the pre-computation, and अब मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता कितने बार ये मेथड पूछेगा बिकॉज इट्स सिंपल, ठीक है? मैं ऐसे रिटर्न कर दूंगा, ठीक है? कैसे? प्रीफिक्स ऑफ राइट माइनस prefix of left -1. This is what I told you, right? इसको I और J भी समझ सकते हो, इसको I समझ सकते हो, इसको J समझ सकते हो, right? Prefix of right minus prefix of left -1 and return it. This should work, except there's one case where it won't work. Correct, Neil? Correct, you're correct. For left equals to 0, it won't work. Correct. उस केस में क्या करोगे? Ashish, y left -1. Nice. ठीक है. So what does prefix of left tell me? It will tell nothing but starting from all the index, it will include left as well, right? Okay. If I do prefix of right minus prefix of left, okay, then what will happen is even left will be subtracted from prefix of right. Do you agree? Prefix of left आएगा, इसके बाद prefix of right आएगा ना? So if you subtract right say left, then even left will be cut out, right? So it's similar to what I was explaining earlier, right? So even in the PPT, if you remember, even here I was explaining the same thing on how you'll be using, like one hai, you'll be doing -1, correct? So कहाँ पे लिखा था मैं? Yeah, prefix of j minus prefix of I -1. It is not I, correct? So I'll be doing I -1, ठीक है? क्योंकि prefix of j minus prefix of I -1 is nothing but you are just removing all the elements that are less than I, correct? हाँ, बस correct. तो मुझे like I just need to mention one more statement. If left equals to 0, in that case just return the prefix of right, because prefix of right is nothing but all the elements from 0, right? But if at all it is 0, ठीक है, इसको -1 नहीं कर सकता. तो try to think about this. क्यों काम कर रहा है? बस इतना ही है. Correct, Chirag. Correct. You're correct. Right? This is the only case that will fail if at all you just go by this expression. Space complexity. Tell me, Mohit, what is the space complexity? What is the time complexity? Tell me. Go ahead. तुम बताओ. Module 3 में हो तुम. Mohit, answer. Correct. Space is big of n, right? Because you're using an extra space. Correct. What is time complexity, Mohit? Time complexity? Big of 1, ठीक है, for sum range method, ठीक है? You're calling this method, right? So it is big of 1, ठीक है? But while this constructor will be called, that will be big of n, right? Correct, correct. For creating the object is big of n, right? And for this method, it is big of 1, right? So this is exactly what I told about querying. Queries, right? Query matlab like this thing could be called some 10 power 6 times, 10 power 7 times. हर एक time, ठीक है? If you do that thing of left and right से plus करना, then that is the worst thing you can do it. ठीक है? So I'll just show you guys. Just a second. Give me some time. It is working. Let me just submit it. Okay, it worked, right? Now let us do the same thing. ठीक है? Without this thing. ठीक है? Without all this thing. Yeah, let me just do it in A, and let me just comment out all these things. Okay, and A is equals to nums. Dekho, I'm just taking it off, right? And let me just run a loop. So this is the actual brute force approach, right? In sum equals to 0, and like you'll just start that element. You'll just, upgrade that element. Okay, you'll just add that element to this variable. All the elements from left, say right tak, right? All the elements I'll just add it into the sum, right? And after adding, I'll just return it. So this is the usual way of doing it, correct? In this method, obviously type space complexity is constant, and time complexity for each query, it is big of n. So it's huge. Okay, it is working. Yeah, it will work. But let me submit and see. It is working. It should not work. Okay? It should work, but it should give me a TLE if at all the test cases are proper enough. But they are not proper, obviously. Correct? ठीक है? So मैं देखो ये चीज काम कर रहा है, but obviously तुम देख रहे हो कि like this is not a good solution, efficient solution, and it should be ideally टेस्ट केस को ऐसा बनाना चाहिए इनको कि टाइम लिमिट एक्सीडेड करके एक TLE आना चाहिए, but which they are not doing. ठीक है? So no worries. But you guys are smart. You know that this is not the good solution, right, guys? And null case में see, null कुछ return नहीं हो रहा. See, it is not output. It is not expecting anything. That's the meaning of null, right? So in the first, like input is like they will give the input, they will get the output and check. Okay, in the first time they won't expect anything. Okay, they'll just send a array in the constructor and they won't expect anything. That is the reason why it is null. Okay, but while some range, they will pass two variables left and right and they'll expect something. That is the problem. Mohit, nice. If we do prefix equals to nums and pre-compute prefix, then the space complexity will be big of 1. Okay. Cool. सोचे इसके बारे में क्या होने वाला है? Like you are changing the same array, right? You're updating it in the same array, right? So you're not using any extra array here. Agreed? So let's do another question based on your thing. Correct, Mohit. You're correct. Okay. So let's do another question. Okay. Let me give you another question. So before going to another question, okay, in that question your doubt will be clear. Okay, about that. Yeah, definitely. If you make the changes in this only, okay. If you don't want to create any new array, and if you want to make the same changes again and again, right? So space complexity will not be there. Okay. So let me just show you how. Right. So it is this, and obviously there's no need of this, and yeah, cool, pretty much. So this is how you write, right? Prefix is same as this, and you add the previous value with the current value, correct? So let me just name it as prefix only. Yeah. So you're editing this array, right? So at times ऐसा होता है कि this, okay, at times ऐसा होता है कि these things are not editable. They'll say that कि these are only read only arrays, ठीक है? तो उस केस में you can't make this change, ठीक है? I'm sorry, I should be removing this thing. Let me run the code. Let me just see. Yeah, it is working, right? So altering original array is not recommended, correct? See, like to get something, you're passing it into the num array, right? So get something, right? So if you're changing that array, okay, just because you want to do it in a less time bounded, then that's not the right way, right? You're extracting some information from it. You just need to do it inside of it. So like if you told this approach in the interview, interviewer will definitely say you cannot change the original array, okay? So don't do that, okay? But again, in this approach, you don't have any time complexity because you're altering it, right? Let's do another question where this particular topic will be much clear, okay? So guys, are you clear with prefix sum array? Guys, ठीक है, चलो, let's do something called suffix sum array. अच्छा, prefix sum array ठीक है. What about prefix product array? ऐसे कुछ सोचो इसके बारे में यार. मतलब प्रीफिक्स प्रोडक्ट हो सकता है या कुछ भी हो सकता है ना, मतलब सोचो, लाइक एनी ऑपरेशन हो सकता है ना. प्रीफिक्स प्रोडक्ट मतलब p of I equals to a of 0 into a of 1 into a of 2 वैसे 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 into a of I, करेक्ट? हाँ, like similar to the plus sum के जगह you are just multiplying. Cool, everyone? Hello? हाँ, yeah, it will be so big, I agree. But नील, अगर समझ लो, it is given that it will be small. ठीक है, तब तो तुम कर सकते हो. ठीक है, चलो, ठीक है. This is a different topic. I won't go into it. Wait. So I'm just talking about suffix sum. What is suffix? Suffix मतलब पीछे से, right? So this is suffix. Like उदय का y is a suffix. Ay is a suffix, right? Day is a suffix, right? So including this element, okay? So you can just have a suffix array like this, 5, okay? Including this element, 9, including this element, 12, including 2, 24, including 1, 25. 25? एक सेकेंड, ये सॉरी ये तो 14 हो गया ना, सॉरी, इतना बड़ा कैसे हो गया? हाँ, 14 and 15. प्लीज ट्राई रन योर प्रीवियस कोड. अच्छा, ट्राई रन करो, ठीक है यार. वैसे विल डू इट, नो वरीज. सी, इस केस में देखो, एरे ये है, राइट? एरे इज दिस वन, राइट? व्हाट इज प्रीफिक्स एरे दैट हैज बीन मेड? -2 होगा, उसके बाद 0 होगा, उसके बाद 0 + 3, 0 - 5 -2, -2 + 2, 0, 0 - 1 -1. Don't you agree this is an array and this is a prefix array? Guys, अच्छा, कुछ गलत किया हुआ है यार. आई एम सॉरी, कुछ गलत है यहाँ पे, कुछ गलत है, एंड दैट इज काइंड ऑफ मेड एवरीथिंग रॉन्ग. ठीक है, यहाँ पे -2 होगा एंड एवरीथिंग इज रॉन्ग. सॉरी, जाने व्हाट आई वाज थिंकिंग. सो इट विल बी 1, इट विल बी -4, इट विल बी -2, इट विल बी -3. एग्रीड? अभी सही है ना? हाँ हाँ, सॉरी, अभी सही है ना? ठीक है, तो देखो कैसे क्या. फर्स्ट एलिमेंट सेम, उसके बाद 0 + -2 -2, -2 + 3 1, 1 - 5 -4, -4 + 2 -2, -2 -1 -3. एग्रीड गाइस? प्रीफिक्स सम समझ में आ गया ना? तब देखो, अगर पूछा गया व्हाट इज द सम ऑफ 0 से, लाइक दिस इज 0th index 1 2 3 4 5, 0 से 2, व्हाट इज द प्रीफिक्स सम ऑफ दिस थिंग? ठीक है, तुम देख सकते हो मैन्युअली इट इज 1, राइट? लेकिन यहाँ पे इट इज 1, right? Because left is 0, it means that you directly return whatever this value is. You can say it is one constant type. So next case में 2 to 5, all these elements, sum of all these elements, manually देख के देखो, -3 + 5 + 2 -1, तो देखो -2 + 1, it is -1, right? तो अभी देखना 5, that is -3, -1, -2 of this, that is -1. Correct? Are you guys getting? This is nothing but prefix of right, and this is nothing but prefix of left -1. Correct? That is 1. है ना? Agreed, guys? करेक्ट, ये है ड्राई रन, ठीक है, कोड का। Cool. So देखो, there is something called suffix as well. Just telling you guys कि कुछ है suffix नामक, ठीक है, जो prefix की तरह ही है लेकिन but from back, ठीक है। So let me just write it down, ठीक है। Suffix of I is sum of all elements from I to n-1. करेक्ट ब्रो? नल 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 तो है ही नहीं यार हमारा केस, यार तुम नल के पीछे पड़ गए तुम सब, ठीक है। नल नल इज नॉट इवन अ टेस्ट केस, दैट इज जस्ट अ कॉल इट मेक्स व्हाइल क्रिएटिंग द ऑब्जेक्ट, ठीक है। बिकॉज कंस्ट्रक्टर वोंट रिटर्न एनीथिंग, यू आर जस्ट शो दे आर जस्ट डिपिक्टिंग इट एज नल, ठीक है। नल का मतलब दे आर नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग एनीथिंग, ठीक है। यहाँ से दे स्टार्ट एक्सपेक्टिंग कि यहाँ पे 1 हो, यहाँ पे -1 हो, यहाँ पे 3 हो। आर यू गाइस गेटिंग इट? करेक्ट। So sum of all elements from ith index to n-1th index. Cool, guys. How prefix affects the actual nums array. So prefix won't affect the actual nums array if you created a separate prefix array. But if you make the prefix the same array, then it will just create like overwrite it. Okay? Guys, what is the like? Can you guys write the code for this, for writing suffix array? मतलब इसके लिए भी कोड सिंपल ही होगा मेरे हिसाब से, बताओ क्यों? Will be something like this, na? Tell me. Sum is equals to 0 and the sum बस हो गया. This is the code, simplest code ever. Agreed? ठीक है, तो वैसे ही दूसरा कोड भी लिख दो यार तुम लोग, सिंपल। यहाँ तक, यहाँ से या यहाँ से स्टार्ट होगा, क्यों? ट्राई टू थिंक हाउ आई, इट इज सिमिलर, ठीक है, इट इज सिमिलर टू द प्रीफिक्स थिंग व्हिच यू आर डूइंग. सफिक्स ऑफ आई इज इक्वल्स टू, ठीक है, just understand कि suffix का first last element will be same as a of n-1, right? So you'll just write it as suffix of I plus 1 plus a of I. But whatever the previous one is, you'll just add one, the current element to it. Previous one n-1 होता है, n-2 है, correct? Guys, so एक बार let me just show you how it is we made 1 2 3 4 5, ठीक है. So if you go from back, right, so you just make 5 as this, and then to populate this, whatever the I plus 1 is, that plus 4, that is 9. Okay. Whatever the previous one is, that plus 3, it will be 12. Whatever the previous one is 12 plus 2, that will be 14. Whatever the previous one is 14 plus 1, that will be 15, है ना? Suffix of I plus 1 plus A of I. Raviteja, I hope you understood what's your mistake. Correct? है ना? So it's not -1, it is this, because definition ही ऐसा है कि suffix of I is equals to I2 and -1 का whatever. ठीक है? यहाँ पे suffix को we are referring it as sum. ठीक है? It's not necessarily sum. ठीक है? It could be product, it could be anything. ठीक है? You'll learn lot of other operations soon. ठीक है? So let's do a question, guys. ठीक है? So what's the time? It's 45 ना? So let's do this question. This is the last question we'll do. लेकिन यार इसमें मैं आंसर like we'll code it. ठीक है? Don't worry. लेकिन आंसर ना like I want discussion from you guys. ठीक है? Discussion के साथ करना चाहता हूँ. ठीक है? तो don't look at the solution. अभी solution मिल जाएगा guys. Tell me. So just read the question. I'll give you 2 minutes time. Read the question. I'll ping this thing. असाइनमेंट में कौन सा लाइक दिस इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन मैन लाइक ये असाइनमेंट में मिलेगा तुम्हें लाइक असाइनमेंट का यूजुअली दैट इज एन असाइनमेंट फॉर यू गाइस ठीक है जो अगले दिन सॉल्व करने के लिए ये तो होगा ही असाइनमेंट में मेरे हिसाब से ठीक है हाँ चिल है जस्ट डू इट हियर लाइक असाइनमेंट से पढ़ लेना कोई दिक्कत नहीं सेम क्वेश्चन 2 मिनट्स टाइम रीड द क्वेश्चन कितना समझ में आया बताओ समझ नहीं आया बताओ क्या क्या करना है बताओ ठीक है Okay, let me see. Right to left in the same array, क्या? अच्छा, so cool. Cool. Guys, let's see what are the approaches. ठीक है? ठीक है? Let's see. एक second रुक जाओ. ठीक है? Let me speak. हाँ. Okay, great. I heard many things. Correct. ठीक है. So देखो the question says कि listen to the question. You are given an array. ठीक है? And you are supposed to return an answer array such that answer of I is equal to product of all the elements of number except I num I. Correct? So it is given that product of any prefix or suffix of the number is guaranteed to be 32 bit. देखो यहाँ पे product की बात हो रहा है. लाइक ठीक है, प्रीफिक्स में वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सम ओनली, राइट? नाउ प्लस की जगह मल्टीप्लिकेशन होगा, ठीक है? एंड इट इज गारंटीड टू बी फिट इन 32 bits, so it's cool, ठीक है? So you can see for this example 1 2 3 4, ठीक है? Let me go to the PPT. ठीक है, ये देखो 1 2 3 4, like it says what is the product of all the elements except this element, मतलब product of all the elements except this element, that is 2 into 3 into 4, है ना? Product of array except self, so 2 into 3 into, so that is 24, right? You can see that except this element, what is the product? 1 into 3 into 4, that is nothing but 12. What यहाँ पे except 3, 1 into 2 into 4, that is nothing but 8. अच्छा, यहाँ पे देखो 1 into 2 is 6. Do you guys agree how this is created? Do you guys understand how this is created? है ना? तो कैसे करोगे? ऑब्वियसली सबसे पहले दिमाग में ये आएगा, प्रोडक्ट वैल्यू कुछ फाइंड कर लेंगे विच इज नथिंग बट 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, है ना? तो जो जो इंडेक्स आएगा उस इंडेक्स को डिवाइड कर लो, जैसे ये 24 है, 24 डिवाइडेड बाय 1, ठीक है? नेक्स्ट आंसर इज 24 डिवाइडेड बाय 2, नेक्स्ट आंसर इज 24 डिवाइडेड बाय 3, 24 डिवाइडेड बाय 4. व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज 24, this is 12, this is 8 and this is 6. Agreed? है ना? Wait. It won't work if it is 0. Cool, I agree with you guys. And दूसरी चीज है, 0 की बात नहीं है. It is given that you can't use a division operator where it is given. Yeah, it is given that you must write an algorithm that runs in big of n time without using the division operation. You can't use division operation. Obviously 0 के लिए तो फेल करेगा ही division, ठीक है? बट ऐसा नहीं होने वाला, 0 के लिए तुम अलग से कर लेना, क्या हो गया? बट यू कांट यूज डिविजन, ठीक है? सो डिविजन नहीं है, डिविजन ऑपरेटर, देन इट इज बिग ऑफ वन सॉल्यूशन, करेक्ट? तो देखो लाइक दिस थिंग आई हैव ऑब्जर्व, ठीक है? टाइम, स्पेस एंड कंस्ट्रेंट्स, ठीक है? ये तीन ना, लाइक दे वर्क, लाइक एक को बढ़ा दिया, लाइक एक को कम कर दिया, बाकी दो बढ़ जाएंगे, राइट? ऐसा होने वाला है, राइट? So constraint in the sense कि you have a constraint that you can't use division, right? So you might feel that time or space will increase, right? Because you have decreased this constraints, right? So this is my personal experience, right? So you can't use division, ठीक है? तब क्या करेंगे? ठीक है? सर ने बताया कि जो जो array है, try to figure out what is the prefix product array of it. Full name, right? Prefix product. It will tell what is the prefix, that is 1, 2, 2 into 3 6, 6 into 4 24. वैसे suffix product. So this guy will be from back 4, right? उसके बाद 4 into 3, that is 12. उसके बाद into 2, that is 24. उसके बाद 24. Agreed? एक second, let me just read the chat. Will the answer array be counted as auxiliary space? No. प्रभाव auxiliary space मतलब जो तुम्हें रिटर्न करते वक्त, ठीक है, what you're using, that won't be considered as a auxiliary space, ठीक है? Auxiliary space वो होता है जिसको you have intermediately started just to facilitate your algorithm, and after that algorithm ends, if you're ending it, like leaving it, that's called auxiliary space. तो सोचो guys, this is the first approach which I told you, ठीक है? मतलब फर्स्ट अप्रोच ये है, उससे भी गंदा अप्रोच ब्रूट फोर्स वाला, ठीक है? That is n square approach. Zeroth approach, that is n square approach. That is skipping that value. एक सेकेंड, हाँ, n square approach ना, जिसमें you will be running a loop, ठीक है, for 0 to n, and inside that loop you'll run from 0 to from 0 to n again, right? And if I is equals to j, you'll continue to it. Maybe you'll skip that, and बाकी सबको you'll product. This is the worst brute force approach. Did you guys understand what I just told? मतलब for this particular, like, to find the answer for this, you'll be iterating through all the elements, and if it is at the same index, you'll multiply बाकी सब and then you'll leave it. Same with this. Okay, 1 into 3 into 4. Same with this. You'll just skip that. You'll just do continue to it. डिवाइड नहीं किया ना ब्रो रोहन, यार ऐसे मत बोला यार. See this. This is a proof. यहाँ पे नहीं. Let me write it here. You're not dividing anything. This is the brute force approach. ठीक है? इसमें क्या कर रहा है? You just take an int product or something. ठीक है? That will be equals to 1 and run a loop inside that will be running from starting till the end. And if I is equals to j, continue. वरना product को multiply it with its value. ठीक है? At the end, put that into the answer. Answer of I is equals to product. Agreed, guys? This is a brute force solution because of n square. हाँ, ठीक है. इसको तो गोली मारो. Like you guys are obviously can do it. Right? किसी को डाउट है इसमें? तो डाउट नहीं है ना guys, right? So इसके पहले ये सॉल्यूशन सोचा था लेकिन डिवीजन यूज नहीं करना था. ठीक है, तो इसको भी लाइट लो. Now I have created something like prefix product. That is product, like prefix product मतलब ith value will tell what is the product of I elements till now. Correct? तो देखो उसके एंड उसके बाद क्या, like for every answer of I, it will be nothing but prefix of I minus 1 into suffix of I plus 1. Don't you think this will work, guys? I should be taking J, bro. यहाँ पे J लेना चाहिए ना. गलत लिखा क्या? Thanks. हाँ, यहाँ पे I लिखना चाहिए मुझे. Because for every value you're iterating through the whole array to multiply it, right? किसको एक्सप्लेन करूं भाई? किसको एक्सप्लेन करूं? The brute force approach or that approach? The suffix and prefix. ठीक है, इसमें कैसे है? See, what does this say? This will say a of 0 into a of 1 into a of 2, ठीक है, till a of I minus 1, ठीक है. And this, what does this say? Suffix of a of, this will say a of I plus 1 से लेकर a of n minus 1 तक. अगर मैं ये दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा हूँ, don't you think the only element that is being skipped is big of, I mean a of I? Don't you think? देखो prefix of I minus 1 क्या कर रहा है? It will give all the product of all the elements, ठीक है, I mean of I minus 1 तक, है ना. और suffix of I plus 1 क्या कर रहा है? It will give the product of all the elements from I plus 1 till a of I minus 1. If you product them, this is the only element that has been missed, right? ठीक है, अगर तुम्हें यहाँ चाहिए, like for this example you can see, ठीक है, यहाँ पे if you want to find what is the value of this in the answer, ठीक है, तो उसके लिए try to see, ठीक है, what is the prefix of this thing and this thing, multiply that is 6. ठीक है, अगर इसके लिए चाहिए मुझे I'll be telling what is the prefix product of this and prefix product of this. That is nothing but 12. Correct? And what about this? If you're trying to find for this particular element, okay? So prefix को ही लेंगे, suffix को नहीं लेंगे because it is going out of the bound, right? So you'll write 6 here. वैसे ही for this particular element, you will only take the suffix. You won't take prefix because prefix will go out of the bound. Don't you think this is the answer? I'm sorry, कुछ गलत किया क्या मैं? हाँ, कुछ product में गलत किया है. Like for this particular example, 2 into 4 is nothing but 8. It is not 6. My bad. Add कर दिया मैंने गलती से. Correct? So answer of I is nothing but, okay? Answer of I is nothing but prefix of I minus 1 into suffix of I plus 1. Don't you think this solution is correct or wrong, guys? मुझे बस एक लूप चलाना है, ठीक है? From running from I equals to 1 to I is less than or equal to I minus 1 तक, ठीक है? एक लूप चलाना है और ये चीज फाइंड करना है. And for I equals to 0 के लिए and I equals to n minus 1 के लिए, I'll be writing a different separate case. Don't you agree, guys? This is the code. Can you guys code it? Can you guys code it? अच्छा ठीक है, जो बोल रहे कोड कर सकते हो. तुम लोग ये बताओ टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी और स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी क्या है? What is this time and sorry, yeah. See, it is big of n. Why? देखो, you're creating prefix product, ठीक है? And suffix भी create कर रहा हूँ, उसके बाद answer भी create कर रहा हूँ, right? So it is taking big of n. And time complexity भी big of n है because of these two things, prefix और suffix की वजह से, answer की वजह से. Agreed? Guys, हाँ. तो क्वेश्चन ये है, Sparsh, Gaurav, I think you realize why space complexity is not big of 1, right? It is big of n because of the additional space you are using. This one and this one, right? Sparsh, Gaurav. ठीक है, तो सुनो अभी ये ठीक है. Interviewer will say ठीक है, this is good. Can you more optimize it without using extra space? Will be the question given to you in the interview. Like he will be satisfied with this, but he won't be satisfied completely. क्या करोगे? Time complexity, Joshna, ठीक है? Time complexity will be big of n because you're just running the loops towards the array, right? One to find the product, I mean prefix product, and the other one to find the suffix product, and then other one to find the answer, right? It is big of n, correct? Yeah. Now tell me, without using the space, I'm supposed to do it. कैसे करूँगा मैं? Just use one array and time will be n and space will be constant, correct? But एक array use करूँगा, how will I get prefix product and suffix product of them, man? That is a challenge for me, ना? सोचो एक बार. सेम array में कैसे करेंगे गाइस? ठीक है, मतलब मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि यार लेट मी थिंक वंस. देखो मेरे दिमाग में कुछ आइडिया आ रहा है, ठीक है? मेरे दिमाग में ये आइडिया आ रहा है कि हाँ अभी स्पेस यूज नहीं करना, ठीक है? स्पेस यूज नहीं करना है तो आई शुड बी यूजिंग, I should not be creating prefix and suffix array, है ना? Because of these two only the space is been big of n, correct? ठीक है, तो दोनों को एलिमिनेट करना है तो एक को एलिमिनेट कर सकता हूँ इजीली, क्योंकि आंसर क्या है, इनिशियली वो एम्प्टी है तो उसमें कोई ना कोई डाल दूंगा, ठीक है? तो बाकी लेकिन but even if another one is also present, that is also a problem. Try to think in this terms. एक बार सोचो इसके लिए 2 minutes सोचो everyone. I don't like this. Please don't send solutions, guys, in the chat box. Okay? Like that's like spoilers. तुम मार्वल मूवी जाने वाला हो और कोई स्पॉइलर दे दिया तुम्हें अच्छा नहीं लगता ना. Prabhav, I won't unmute you. ठीक है. I don't want to like reveal the answers also. I want you guys to think. ठीक है. I know that you know the answer. ठीक है. But let other people also think a little. ठीक है. तो एक बार सोचो. See, space has been contributing by only these two things, prefix and suffix. Try to eliminate them. How can you eliminate? एक बार सोचो तुम लोग खुद से सोचो. 2 minutes time दे रहा हूँ सोचो. सोचने के बाद I'll reveal the answer. I'll code the answer. Then only we'll leave the class. ठीक है. No worries. चलो I'll give you guys 2 minutes, like 1 minute ले लो. ठीक है. Okay, don't leave the class. ठीक है. Important है. सोचना ये है कि how can you remove this prefix and suffix array? You should only use answer array. Prefix and suffix को use नहीं करना चाहिए. You can't reverse. If you reverse, you can't get anything. कर सकते हो. Let me just see what is the input. Don't do that, man. Like you're passing a function. Don't change the original array. ठीक है. But you can use this particular array. ठीक है. एक बार सोचो. यार हिंट्स तो मैं यही दूंगा कि लाइक हिंट मैं ये दूंगा. देखो यू आर ट्रैवर्सिंग, राइट? यू आर ट्रैवर्सिंग वन बाय वन. ठीक है. तो लाइक एवरी मोमेंट पे तुम्हें क्वेरी क्यों करना, बिल्ड क्यों नहीं कर सकते प्रोडक्ट को? एक बार उस टर्म्स में सोचो. लाइक इफ यू आर ट्रैवर्सिंग, ठीक है, इफ यू आर ट्रैवर्सिंग इट इन दिस वे, तुम एट एवरी पॉइंट तुम क्या बना नहीं सकते हो प्रोडक्ट को दिस वे? बना सकते हो ना गाइस? बना सकते हो ना एवरी मोमेंट पे? तो इसके बारे में सोचो एक बार. हम्म. करेक्ट. मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर देयर. जिसको समझ नहीं आया एक बार सोचो. ठीक है. मैं यही रहूंगा. आई विल बी इन द क्लास. लेकिन एक बार सोचो. आई विल बी साइलेंट फॉर फ्यू टाइम, फॉर सम टाइम. ठीक है. मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर देयर. ठीक है. जिसको समझ नहीं आया कोई दिक्कत नहीं. ठीक है. तो देखो गाइस, लाइक वी आर ट्रैवर्सिंग फ्रॉम वन डायरेक्शन टू द अदर डायरेक्शन. ठीक है. 0 से n-1 तक जा रहा है, या n-1 से 0 तक जा रहा है. ठीक है. तो एट एनी पॉइंट, ठीक है, यू कैन कीप ऑन मल्टीप्लाइंग दैट एलिमेंट एंड जनरेट व्हाटएवर यू नीड. ठीक है. अगर इस पोजीशन पे हो तो तुम्हें इजीली ये मिलेगा, इस पोजीशन पे हो तो इजीली ये मिलेगा. तुम जनरेट कर सकते हो. यू कैन जस्ट यूज अ वन वेरिएबल, राइट, सम प्रोडक्ट वेरिएबल, राइट. लेकिन अगर इसको जनरेट करा ना, इसको जनरेट नहीं कर सकते ऐसे. तो एक डायरेक्शन का व्हाट आई एम थिंकिंग इज कि प्रीफिक्स को जस्ट स्टोर इट इन आंसर एंड सफिक्स को कीप जनरेटिंग सफिक्स प्रोडक्ट को. प्रीफिक्स को सेव इट इन द आंसर, सफिक्स प्रोडक्ट को जनरेट इट एंड एट एवरी पॉइंट, ठीक है, प्रीफिक्स इज इन द आंसर, सो उसका प्रीवियस एलिमेंट इज द प्रीफिक्स ऑफ, देखो आंसर तो यही होने वाला है, द आंसर ऑफ आई इज नथिंग बट प्रीफिक्स ऑफ आई माइनस वन मल्टीप्लाइड बाई सफिक्स ऑफ आई प्लस वन। तो सोचो तुम पीछे से ट्रैवर्स करना, लाइक प्रीफिक्स ऑफ आई माइनस वन इज एन आंसर ओनली, सो आंसर ऑफ आई माइनस वन लिखना, एंड सफिक्स ऑफ आई प्लस वन, इसको तुम प्रोडक्ट की तरह यूज अ वेरिएबल, यूजिंग जस्ट वन array which you're going to return, you're able to get the product। आंसर बता दिया, अभी सोचो वापस, लाइक क्लिक हो रहा है कि नहीं दिमाग में? It will make sense, don't worry, it will make sense to everyone। ठीक है, so always remember whenever you're doing prefix and suffix, there's always an alternative, if at all you're only moving in one direction, you can keep on building that। अगर तुम्हें randomly query कर रहे हो तब तो you need to completely use prefix, but अगर randomly query नहीं कर रहे हैं, and if you're going in just one straight line, you can keep on building the product। ठीक है, ठीक है guys, I'll code it, don't worry, अभी मैं नहीं छोड़ने वाला तुम लोग पे, ठीक है, I'll code it and I'll leave, ठीक है, ठीक है। so देखो basically ना, what I was saying is कि let me just create the, so shall I code guys or do you need some time to think? हाँ या श्योर, एक बार बता देता हूँ, ठीक है। तो सी, तो पहले nums डॉट लेंथ होगा, करेक्ट, दिस विल बी द फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट दैट यू नीड, ठीक है। उसके बाद मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ यार, देखो मुझे एक आंसर एरे बनाना है, राइट, तो देखो लाइक सी लुक एट माय थिंकिंग कि मैं कैसे सोच सोच के आंसर लिखता हूँ, सोचो, देखो हम, ओके कूल, आई मेड द, आई फाउंड आउट द लेंथ ऑफ एन एरे, राइट, लेट मी जस्ट क्रिएट एन एरे का आंसर, सो दिस इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू रिटर्न, है ना। इसके बीच में पूरा कोड होगा, एग्री करते हो कि नहीं? इसके बीच में कोड होने वाला है, ठीक है। तो अभी मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ, अच्छा ठीक है, तो लाइक सी टू गेट द आंसर, ठीक है, आंसर ऑफ मुझे ऐसा लिखना पड़ेगा कुछ, राइट, ऐसा लिखना पड़ेगा, विथ आंसर ऑफ आई इक्वल्स टू प्रीफिक्स ऑफ आई माइनस वन मल्टीप्लाइड बाय सफिक्स ऑफ आई प्लस वन, बिकॉज यू आर जस्ट कीपिंग दैट, एंड ये 1 से n माइनस 1 तक ही चलेगा बिकॉज एरे आउट ऑफ द बाउंड एक्सेप्शन, तो ये चीज मुझे लिखना है, ठीक है, बट लाइक आई कांट अफोर्ड यूजिंग टू एरेज, राइट, so I'll store one of the array in the same array in the answer only, and the other one I'll calculate it in prompt, right, so I'll just tell you how। देखो क्या करने वाला हूँ मैं बेसिकली, अभी मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ ना, मुझे सोचना पड़ेगा कुछ। देखो फर्स्ट थिंग I'll be just creating a, like let me take a product which is one initially, let me create a prefix sum array basically inside the answer, ठीक है, so answer of I is equals to product, so what is product? Product is nothing but, क्या किसी को इसमें डाउट है गाइस? किसी को इसमें डाउट है गाइस? नहीं है ना, ठीक है, हाँ सेकंड अप्रोच भी कर लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ठीक है, बट सी आई हैव नाउ आंसर में यू हैव द प्रीफिक्स एरे, ठीक है, तो फॉर एग्जांपल 1 2 3 4 है ना, लाइक द प्रीफिक्स एरे है, इसमें प्रीफिक्स मतलब 1 है, 2 है, 6 है, 24 है, दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव इन द आंसर, ठीक है, अच्छा ठीक है, तो लाइक देखो इफ यू वांट टू गेट at this particular position, ठीक है, इस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे मुझे एक्चुअल आंसर चाहिए, ये बोलने के लिए आंसर है लेकिन ये प्रीफिक्स एक्चुअल, ठीक है, तो एक्चुअल आंसर चाहिए मुझे इस पोजीशन पे, ठीक है, तो मुझे सफिक्स इस पोजीशन का चाहिए एंड प्रीफिक्स इस पोजीशन का चाहिए जो ऑलरेडी है, राइट, सफिक्स इस पोजीशन का चाहिए जो कि 1 है, करेक्ट। तो तो एक बार लूप चला के देखते हैं पीछे से, लेट्स डू इट फ्रॉम बैक, बिकॉज सफिक्स, सी आई हैव डिसाइडेड कि प्रीफिक्स मैंने स्टोर कर लिया भाई, राइट, लेकिन सफिक्स जो है ना, सफिक्स को मुझे कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा बार बार, ठीक है, मतलब इफ आई आइटरेट फ्रॉम बैक, इस वैल्यू के बाद आई जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई दिस वैल्यू विद 1, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जांपल 1 2 3 4 है, ठीक है, एक्चुअल अरे, लाइक यू विल कीप ऑन कैलकुलेटिंग बाय ट्रैवर्सिंग फ्रॉम बैक, मतलब 4 होगा, उसके बाद 12 होगा, into 2 that is 24, into 1 that is 24, in that way, right, so let me do it एक बार रुको, ठीक है, so I am saying कि for the answer, for this, for any particular answer you need two things, one is prefix from the previous value and suffix from the next value जो कि है नहीं, ठीक है, तो I need to generate the suffix value, तो ठीक है, let me just run from the back, that is n-1 से लेके I'll travel till 1, ठीक है, and what I'm going to do is I'll be just using the same product element. So this product is called now suffix product. Okay, it is 1 initially. Okay, so I just mark answer of I is equals to nothing but answer of I minus 1, because I minus 1 is the prefix of I minus 1, है ना, उसके बाद I'll multiply with product. Product क्या है, ये suffix product है, सोचो यहाँ पे 1 है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे 6 है, so this will be overwritten as 6 now, ठीक है, अभी क्या होने वाला है कि मैं प्रोडक्ट को इस मैप लाइक जो जो भी वैल्यू है उससे मल्टीप्लाई कर देता हूँ, ओके, आंसर ना, आंसर ऑफ आई, so what is a of I? A is this one, let me change the name, let me change the name here as well, ठीक है, see this, like you're traversing from back, ठीक है, 24 था, मैंने 6 बना लिया because 6 into 1, now see, listen carefully, now I'm multiplying it with this value, मतलब ये प्रोडक्ट का वैल्यू इनिशियली 1 था, now it has become into 4, मतलब 4 हो गया, right, so you are at this position, what is the prefix of I minus 1? That is this particular value 2 into product, because this is the suffix product which you're calculating while you're moving, right, so 2 into 4 is 8, now you'll multiply 3 to it, that will be 12, है ना, you're at this position, answer of I minus 1 थी or product थी, right, you will just put 24 here, 12, sorry, you just to put 12 here, because 1 into product, this product is nothing but your, while moving you're calculating the suffix product, right, so it is 12, ठीक है, 12 रख दिया यहाँ पे, no, at the, you are at this position, ठीक है, इस पोजीशन के लिए मुझे अलग से कुछ करना पड़ेगा, राइट, अलग से at this position I'll just take the product, whatever the product is, ठीक है, because I won't have I minus 1, right, so I won't take that, ठीक है, so I'll just do whatever the product is, it will be 24 because of 2 here, right, so I'll just put 24 here. Don't you guys like, are you guys able to appreciate this fact on how we are using, how we are taking the advantage of traversal one by one? ठीक है, तो देखो इसके लिए लेट्स सी, ठीक है, you can just mark it as suffix also, it's fine, suff, you can mark it as suff, ठीक है, so you can just use suff only here, ठीक है, so this is a variable which I'm building as I'm moving, ठीक है, and I'm editing its own, like in the array value only I'm changing, in array value only I'm changing. Okay. So suffix I'm building. See, this is the step where I'm building the suffix, and this is the place where I'm rebuilding the answer. Okay. Because this is nothing but prefix of I minus 1, and this is nothing but suffix of I plus 1 only, but in a variable form. As you're moving, you're multiplying the values. We don't have big of n space complexity because you're using the same, like this is the array that is used to return, right? So this is a mandatory thing. So in that array only you're making the changes, right? So you don't have prefix or suffix that are explicitly defined and left. So there is no auxiliary space, correct? So this is anywhere you're supposed to return this particular thing. Okay, so this won't come under the auxiliary space. So now the time complexity is big of n and space complexity is big of 1. Guys, are you able to think on how I'm able to create, like I've created a prefix sum and then I'm using the same prefix sum from I minus 1 and multiplying it with the suffix which I'm building as I'm moving. How cool is that? Okay. Yeah, you can do that, Chirag. हाँ, कर सकते हो. Correct. Correct. So हम क्या कर रहे हैं ना, basically you can either, like it's not necessary that you will be taking a prime, like यहाँ पे तुम suffix ले सकते हो and you can calculate prefix in this way. ठीक है, you can do both the things, man. Like that is not a difficult thing. ठीक है, line number 13 वही ना यार, बता रहा हूँ ना मैं अब तक. ठीक है, so for example, like this position, this is nothing but prefix, right? You're keep on overriding the answer in the backward direction. So at any point, this guy will be giving prefix of I minus 1 only. At any position, it will give the same value. This is the suffix which I'm building while moving using a variable. We're not using any auxiliary space. Okay? Data structure we are creating. It won't consider as a, no, it won't be. Okay? It won't be considered as an auxiliary space. Auxiliary space मतलब जो चीज जैसे stack हो गया. If you created a stack, use the stack to perform the algorithm, and you leave it, right? So the peak it will reach, that will be the maximum. Like the peak or the maximum show up on n हो सकता है. All the elements will go into the stack. So that will be auxiliary space. Don't think कि like I used the space and then I left it. Like at the end stack को empty कर दिया. Now I didn't use any space. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला, right? तो ऐसे मत सोचो कि लास्ट में तुम स्टैक को फ्री कर दिया तो खत्म हो गया. देयर इज नो स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. यस, देयर इज स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. पीक पे जो जाएगा वो ही देखा जाएगा. करेक्ट. ठीक है, कोई नहीं. आई विल ट्राई एंड एक्सप्लेन वंस अगेन. ठीक है, लाइन नंबर 9 में सेमीकोलन मिसिंग है. ठीक है गाइस, थैंक्स फॉर पॉइंटिंग आउट. ठीक है, सो आई कैन जस्ट राइट ऑन. सी, दिस इज द thing, right? So this is an array. This is the answer array. Answer array is nothing but prefix sum, right? Prefix product, right? So 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 3, 6, 3 into 6 into 4, that is 24, right? So you have suffix value that is initially 1, right? So you are at this position. At this position, you're trying to find what is the actual answer. Okay? At this position, answer is nothing but, at any position, answer is nothing but, answer of I is nothing but prefix of I minus 1 multiplied by suffix of I plus 1. Correct? So prefix of I minus 1 is nothing but, answer में ही है ना, it is nothing but answer of I minus 1, that is this value. Correct? So this value is 6 into whatever is in this part. इस part पे कुछ नहीं है, that is suffix का value 1 है. Right? I'm using a variable now. 6 into 1, you'll just put 6 here. ठीक है? Now this is not disturbed. See, now at this position, okay, at this position also same thing. Answer of I minus 1, okay, that is 2. The 2 into suffix ka value will be 4. It will be 4 because while you're moving, ठीक है, the moment you left that part, you're just multiplying the array element into the suffix variable, right? तो 1 था, अभी 4 हो गया, right? So you can see that suffix variable you have 4. It means that यहाँ तक suffix is 4 only. Yes, correct. यहाँ पे 2 है, तो 2 into 4 is 8, correct? At this position, so again you'll multiply it with 3, that will be 12. Okay, you calculated 12, right? At this position, prefix of answer of I is nothing but answer of I minus 1, that is this value, 1 into, right, 1 into 12, right? Because this is the suffix variable which is telling I plus 1 ka what is the value. It will be 12 here. At this position, okay, this is a little different one because you'll be making another product here, it will be 24. Okay, this is different because you don't have answer of I minus 1, right? So you'll just take whatever the suffix value is, I'll just put that value. Okay, it is 24. Yeah, recursion का भी count होता है, recursion का भी, like there's an internal stack that has been working, right? So recursion का भी count होता है. No, Joshna, I'm saying कि answer array is a form of returning, right? So you don't consider it as an auxiliary space. Correct, Rohan. See these things, everything, right? Whatever you guys are learning, okay, they are to optimize the time in a much better manner. Okay, so सब ऐसे होने वाला है, right? So मैं बता रहा हूँ 2 pointers हो गया, sliding window हो गया, right? Whatever I'm going to teach, sliding window हो गया, and prefix sum आज जो पढ़ाया था, right? Today we have learned about prefix sum, right? All these are just fancy names to the things we have been doing since long time. ठीक है? So it's not you're learning anything new, okay? It's just you're formalizing the way of learning and you are optimizing it, like optimizing any solution in a much better manner so that applications can scale to a great extent. ठीक है, तो ये कुछ नया चीज नहीं है, ठीक है, जो भी तुम सीख रहे हो ये सब टर्म्स है, कुछ नया चीज की नहीं, बस to actually formalize the way you're doing, बस. हाँ, we can take, ठीक है, तो प्रीफिक्स सम का जो भी क्वेश्चन है असाइनमेंट में ट्राई कर लेना, ठीक है, दे आर गुड, ठीक है, सो यू गाइस कैन थिंक, ठीक है, तो करना वो सब, ठीक है, एंड गुड नाइट फॉर टुडे. काफी लंबा चला गया एंड यू गाइस, आई अप्रिशिएट दैट मेनी ऑफ यू स्टेड टिल द एंड, ठीक है. आई होप यू लाइक टुडेस क्लास. या आई ऐड ऑल द क्वेश्चंस इन द डॉक्स, डोंट वरी. असाइनमेंट्स करो यार, होमवर्क वेस्ट मत करो, ठीक है, and don't find for tomorrow, ठीक है. we'll see, we'll figure out a way. एक घंटा हम homework questions से discuss करेंगे, ठीक है. Yeah, चलो, great, good night, bye गिरिराज. Nice stamina, Varam. Yeah, tomorrow, see, bye bye.